Hi and welcome along to Game Day live here on the Don Robbie channel. We're here for the big game today. Manchester City visiting the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to take on Tottenham Hotspur, of course. And we're watching the game here today. Great to have you guys along and great to have our guest in the studio. I'm going to start off with our guest. He's come all the way from Manchester. He was here last week. He was brilliant. He wound up all the Man United fans, right? You better get a win today or they'll be on you, trust me, right? Oh. But Lewis from City Xtra, big Man City channel, and big in the building. Great to have you back, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Robbie. I mean, last week was a bit of a shit game, wasn't it? So hoping for a bit of a better one. Maybe see a City goal, that would be nice. But yeah. See if we can take more than the 3 points. Harry Kane, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure we'll discuss that today. Don't worry, mate. We're already starting, yeah? We're already starting.
So you're not looking to just take. You're not looking to just take the 3 points. You're looking to take their best player as well.
No, we've got big luggage space, mate. We're coming back with Harry Kane.
Cold. These guys cold. And representing Tottenham Hotspur, first time on the channel, but great to have him on here. Bigging up Fuad. How you doing, Fuad?
Appreciate you having me on, bro, man.
No, respect. Nice. Fuad's got his own channel as well on YouTube where he does. What's the name of the channel again?
Fuad Cadani, just my name. Spurs content weekly.
All right, and I've heard some of his stuff, and he's very opinionated. And before we hear from the two guys, let me run through the two teams, right? We'll start off with Man City first, of course, who are the visiting team. In goal is Edison, of course. Mendy, Ake, and Diaz, and also Cancelo. So Ake keeps his place despite that big mistake he made in the Community Shield last week. A midfield of Gundogan, Fernandinho, and Jack Grealish starts the game, right? Then in front of them, another front three of Raheem Sterling, Torres, and Mahrez. That is some team. That's a very attacking team, I must say. And then on the bench is Rodri, Stefan, Laporte, Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne, John Stones, Zinchenko, Bernardo Silva, and Jesus. Bloody hell. That's a starting lineup on the bench. Yeah. That's a starting lineup on the bench. That is some team, isn't it?
Still need Harry Kane, though, you know what I mean? We still need to get rid of
Nah, listen, man. You've got a second team that's legit good enough to challenge for a top 4 spot, and you lot are just spoiled, I swear.
He still wants Harry Kane on top of that. Let's run through the Tottenham team. In goal, returning is Hugo Lloris, Reguilon, Dyer, Sanchez, and Tanganga is the back four. The two holding in midfield is Højbjerg and Skip. Skip, of course, was on loan at Norwich. Yeah, did really well last year's back. And then Lucas Moura, Dele Alli in the number 10 position, and Bergwijn. And up front, not Harry Kane, it's Son up front. Different. Then on the bench is Galini, brand new signing Brian Gill, and also Christian Romero, the other new signing. They're both on the bench. Ben Davis, Musa Sissoko, Harry Winks, Doherty, Dane Scarlett, and Giovanni Lo Celso. That is your bench. Of course, the glaring person that is missing from the Tottenham starting 11 and indeed the Tottenham squad is Harry Kane. No Harry Kane. What do you think of that, Fuad? Is that it? Is he gone?
To be honest, not a surprise. I mean, I feel like his head's been gone since he hasn't reported for training. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of them ones now we've kind of had to. But he said he hadn't not reported for training. I'm not believing that PR turnaround and little statement. Everyone's got to do that to save face, just in case the move don't fall through. Because as you can see, Levy's playing hardball. But for me, his head's completely gone, and I don't think playing against City. Listen, I personally wouldn't even want him in the squad. I'd be fearful he's coming on trying to score own goals or trying to benefit them just to, hey, listen.
He would never, he's one of your own, man. How's he going to do that?
He's thrown his loyalty. He don't care about all of that no more, man. He's just trying to win silverware at this point in his career. And I don't blame him. I'm not mad at him. I don't dispute him for wanting the move, but listen, they ain't offered the money. So
what do you think he's worth then?
The 150 mil, especially now that this year we've got the 3 years left on his contract. We're in a position of strength. Next year, City can come with 120 mil. Do you want to add Bernardo? This year, we're in a position of strength, and I don't blame Levy for playing hardball.
So 150 million, If you don't get that, you don't sell.
And that's the bare minimum, I'm saying. 150 million. Because you think as well,
But what do you
I
do?
know why Kane wants to move this summer as well, is because the striker market completely changes next season when Haaland and Mbappe are all available. He's no longer the priority at 29 years old. So of course he wants to push through this move, but he forgets we're in a position of strength. And he also made the mistake of, I'm sorry, you signed a 6-year contract with 3 years still remaining on your deal. Be professional then. See the contract out.
Though, right? Let me come back
Otherwise,
at you on that, yeah?
you've
Because
got to
you're
come
talking
with the
about,
money.
and I've heard a lot of like Tottenham fans talking about, oh, we're in this position of power. But look, we're already kicking off the Premier League season, and you've got this massive like saga overhanging your whole football club. Look, literally like within a minute of this stream started, boom, Harry Kane. Like you're talking to, you know, about all these other strikers that you could buy. But are you really in this power position? Because this is your first game. He doesn't even know what like striker is meant to be playing. And we can go, like if we don't sign Kane, we could go again. We won the Premier League last year and the Carabao Cup.
Chelsea have signed Lukaku.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
That's
who,
a big
who
warning
really
shot to you
is in
lot
the
to
power
say,
position?
hey, now it's your move. That's what I love that Chelsea did. Power moves that was. Now it's up to City. Do you really want to rest on your laurels and say, all right, we'll go with Ferran Torres. You lot must break the bank if you lot want Kane this summer. And the way I see it is, we're in a position of strength in regards to negotiating with you. Maybe not with our season.
I agree with that,
season,
yeah.
This season for us, for me, how I see it is, we're the underdogs this year. We're in transition. We've got a new manager coming in. There's a whole heap of transfers happening in and around the club. We're going through a transition year. We're just trying to get back in the top 6. There's no real pressure on us. For you lot, you missed one step out on the Champions League last year. Chelsea are now breathing down your neck. Liverpool are looking back in contention. United are looking serious. So it's up to you lot to really front the money and say, you know what, we're serious about our ambitions. Otherwise, you lot can rest on your laurels. We're Gucci as well. We'll kick back. 150 mil or nothing.
150 mil. Do you think you pay that?
Well, I think we will pay it. I think the deal's done, mate. I think it's going to happen, this week or something. But I just don't know. I'm hearing all this stuff about Tottenham and their power position, but. Yeah, you could talk about the 150, but would you have not rather have got like 120 million in like 3 weeks ago, where you could have just rebuilding and got all the squad together before the season started?
Would I take less money earlier, or would I take more money later? No, I'll take more money.
But yeah,
30 million, I'm sorry, that's a lower player.
Then all the clubs in Europe that are now selling new players know that if you lose Harry Kane, mate, like,
that's
a power position for them then. Who's in the power position then? It's not Spurs.
Even if the options dry up, even more of a power position for us, because Daniel Levy, if he kicks his heels in and says, nah, 160 now, because there's no more options, the fee goes up.
But are you in a power position? Because the thing
in regards to this negotiation,
the thing is in negotiation, right? But you haven't factored in the player, Harry Kane. Now, Harry Kane, let's just say it falls through, and he has to then go back, right, and play. Because you know what, I'm talking from experience here, right? As an Arsenal fan, right? I've seen this a million times. Then you get a guy come back, he's unhappy. He doesn't really want to be there. He'll give his best because he's a professional. He's the England captain. You know, he's got a love for the fans there, but he'll give his best. But there'll be something missing because there's just going to be that natural drop. And then what will then happen is you'll get to December, and as soon as you get towards the end of December, it all starts again. The January transfer window. Oh, what's happening with Harry Kane? Is he going? So you then get it for another, leading up towards the end of December, and you get it all throughout January until the window's closed, and he might stay, and then he might be. It's just going to affect your season so much. Decisions have to be made now, doesn't it?
And not right
now.
You're not
really.
No, but
the power
I hear what
position
you're saying
talking
in the
about.
sense of
I'm not sure if yes, you've got a power position because you got to get the money in, but is it that? As much power as you think, because the player wants to go.
The player, and the thing is, I think the player will eventually go. I think next summer for me is a more realistic way he'll leave. If you're saying like in regards to Kane's headspace, for me, the way I see it is Kane throughout his career has shown elite mentality and his love for Spurs. He's shown it throughout his career. So for me, let him sulk for a month. Let him sulk till the transfer window closes. That's fine. I've expected his head to be turned. It's going to take a little while to get over. Kane naturally, every season, they call it dry September. He don't start firing. So it's cool. It's just more of the same.
What if you get turned over today badly?
How many big transfers have you seen mid-season though, of that magnitude? Harry Kane doesn't go to Man City mid-season. There's no way, especially if he starts scoring again. But then the other thing you've got to take into account, this is a World Cup year. There is no way the captain of England, having lost in a final of the Euros just this summer, is going to down tools and say, "Oh, I didn't get my Man City move. Do you know what? I'm just going to salt." Nah, bro. This is Harry Kane.
World Cup
this
years,
is the golden boot.
The World
and
Cup
the
years
top
next year.
playmaker.
Really. It's next year.
Respect
so he can still
Kane.
salt. But Andrew C says, Robbie, this Spurs guy's deluded. 150 mil for Kane in a pandemic. He says he's a joker.
Hey.
Spurs are not in a position of power at all. Kane will leave Spurs and they've got no plan for strikers once he leaves, is what he's saying. And also, Sir Daddy says, rest in peace, Gerd Müller. Gerd Müller, legendary German player, passed away today. I remember him, right? I'm old enough to remember him, but he was a legendary player for Germany. So yeah, rest in peace to Gerd Müller. We're going to go to Dave. Skegness Dave is here today. There was a game on earlier, and Newcastle versus West Ham. And Dave, wow, what a game.
It was a game. It was a game to behold, of course, in St James's Park. Newcastle led at half-time 2-1 from goals courtesy of Wilson and Murphy. In between that, Creswell also scored. But second half, West Ham took off. They just came and obliterated Newcastle, to be precise. After, of course, Antonio missed a penalty and Souček just came with a follow-up. There were goals from Ben Rama, Souček and Antonio to cap it off for West Ham. And overall, after this match, we will know who's top of the table. I think Man United will stay top of the table after one game. But yeah, it did finish Newcastle United 2, West Ham 4, and we're just awaiting the game at 4:30 between Tottenham and Man City. Back to you, Robbie.
Thank you very much to Dave, man. You know what I've got to say? That was a very, very impressive performance by West Ham. You know, just going back to you, Fuad. I'm not picking on you because you're a Tottenham fan.
Go for it. I'm here for it.
even though you know, as an Arsenal fan, I probably enjoy this.
I
right?
know,
But
I
no,
know.
no. But listen, just going back on the Harry Kane thing. What if today you got turned over badly, like 3-4 at home, right? That then again, the whole Harry Kane thing intensifies it. I don't think it.
How does it intensify? Because for me, it's just the first opening game of the season, and I'm sorry, we're playing the Premier League champions. I'm looking at this squad, and I don't see one change from last season to that starting lineup. So how can I sit here and expect things to be different?
Well, Skip.
We got spun like bait. Davinson Sanchez was literally on his head the last time we played City. I'm expecting no different.
Do you know what though? Don't you think it's a you know, I was saying this to Expressions the other day. Don't you think it's a good time to play Man City? Because let's remember when Man City, and you know, get you Lewis in there on this as well. Last season, you lot started the season really badly, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's probably a great time to catch City because you know, even guys like Sterling, they've only just come back. You know, a lot of them haven't had much of a pre-season. I mean, of course, Grealish is in the starting lineup, but
I always feel like Pep. I think Pep's actually come out as well and said, look, we could have a bit of a slow start. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the English lads come back late. You know, Foden's out, Kev's out. We've not got a striker. Ake's playing, who's our fourth choice centre back. Mendy's playing, who's played about 10 games since he's joined. So I do think we'll start slow. You know what I mean? I've already predicted that I think we'll start slow. But obviously that team, looking at that team on the pitch, it can still deliver a win today. It's just, you know, how sharp are they? You know, they can all be fit, you know what I mean, and be healthy, but really it's about we're looking for that match sharpness. And I don't think under Pep we get that. And to be fair, most teams probably don't get it for maybe a month or two, but I do feel with the size of our squad, Pep's team does suffer at the beginning of the season, maybe more than others. So give it a month or so, and we'll see. But if I were you, I'm not, again, I love this conversation about Kane, but you just said something then which sort of for me highlights the whole point. You just said you've not seen no change in that team since last year. So this goes back to the point that I'm saying, would it not have been better for you to cash in on Kane maybe 2-3 weeks ago, take the 120 mil, and then go and spend players, so then this team that you put out here today is different?
But that's not understanding. I mean, in the sense of Gil and Romero aren't in the squad yet, so technically there's no changes. But I'm still expecting more transfers. I think there's Tomiyasu was still linked with. There's still a few other players were still out there linked with. The way I see it is, the best way we can play this, hold on to Kane for one more year. Try and put some pieces in place this season, so that way you can at least show him, look, we're trying to build something. Worst case scenario, he doesn't want to stay next summer as well. You can sell him off and finish
You might
off
have
building the
an
team.
unhappy player. A player just like he don't want to be there.
But the thing is, he'll be unhappy for now,
No,
but
you could play
professionalism will
in
kick in. I'm sorry.
Playing in the, what's
This
it
is Harry
called again?
Kane.
The Conference League. Harry Kane.
Listen, it'll be his first silverware he can lift the Spurs. What better way to sign out with a European trophy?
Also, though, what's the point? What's the point in keeping it? Let's go back to this as well. What's the point in keeping? If you keep Harry Kane this year, you're not going to win the league, right? So that's gone. So what is actually the benefit of keeping him? You've already said if you keep him, next year he's going to be cheaper anyway. So is there any benefit of keeping Harry Kane?
The only benefit, what do you mean? Of course there's a benefit. This is a guy who was our top goal scorer and top assister last year. He was basically our entire attack. So of course there's a benefit to keeping Kane. Like, let's not overlook that. But for me, it's more of a benefit to you to get Kane, is what I'm saying. When you've seen your enemies load up how they've done, and the best you've done is overpay for a mid-table player, fair enough. Cool. Yeah. Grealish is nice, technical, lovely. 100 mil for Grealish. Hey, if that's not Premier League English tax, I don't know
I ain't
what
coming
is.
in here now. Overpaid for a mid-table English player.
Well, Villa were a mid-table team, right?
Mate, don't let them hear you say that.
Said
mate.
no lies.
The fans come for you. Now you sound like you're employed by Daniel Levy, mate.
Listen, don't associate me with that man, please.
Overpaid mid-table player. Jack Grealish. I mean, are you excited to see him today? Obviously in the starting lineup.
I think every single football fan in the world's excited to see what Jack Grealish has got. I mean, I said last week that I think he could go on and become an English icon. An icon of the game, and I genuinely believe that. You know
what does being an English icon mean? Like,
well,
what are the expectations for 100 mil, the most expensive Premier League player this season? Yeah. What can we expect by the end of the season?
Most expensive Premier League player of all time.
Well, wow. You know, I think, honestly, I just think he brings something that this team doesn't have, and it's a little bit of individuality, and that's what, when you speak to Villa fans, they say, you know, this guy's special on the pitch, and that's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily, when I say icon, that doesn't mean you have to be the best player ever, but I just think he's going to bring a little bit of magic to the game, a little bit, you know what I mean? People, not City fans, are going to want to tune in to watch City with Jack Grealish in the team, and you know, give it a few years. Who knows what this ceiling, you know, what the ceiling is for Jack Grealish?
I mean,
could go to the moon, man. I genuinely believe it. You know, this guy is the next Bex. I keep saying it.
Do you not think that you've already got that with KDB? You've already got that with Foden. And do you not potentially think that this could stifle Foden's growth? Who is the golden prodigy child?
Nah, mate, we're playing 60 games a season. We're in every trophy. We go for every single trophy. You know what I mean? Not like other clubs who just play their academy in, like, you know, the FA Cup third round. We don't do that. We go for every single one. Look at us last year. We was fighting on all fronts until the semi-final of the FA Cup. We go for it all. There's plenty of games, mate. Everyone will play.
But the thing is, I think there's some players in Pep's teams, if you look at it, they're fixed. Like Sterling, I think maybe last season he got taken out a bit. Sterling, Rodri, Gundogan last season, Kevin De Bruyne, there's certain that just stay in there. And I feel like if you've paid 100 mil for a player, that's not a guy who you're meant to rotate in and out of the squad. For me, I feel like he's got to carry a lot of the creative burden this season if he's going to play game in, game out. Like, numbers-wise, would you say, I don't know. I know Grealish was never really a numbers guy anyway, but double figures for goals and assists?
I don't know. I think it's a bit, I don't know. I won't look at that too much because look at Bernardo Silva.
Because he influences
Bernardo
games,
Silva's a brilliant player, but if you look at his stats are trash, mate. But he'll still go for like 50, 60 million pounds. You know what I mean? So I'm not really focusing too much on his numbers. I'm looking at how he impacts the game. You know what I mean? And I would say as well, Kevin De Bruyne. I think he's in his 30s now. You know, he gets injuries quite a bit. You know what I mean? So there'll be plenty of times. I mean, he's injured. I think he's only just come back. I think he's on the bench, isn't he?
He's on the bench.
But yeah, he's took a knock, and that's why he's on the bench. You know, he'll get injured a lot. Foden's out, and when you're playing 60 games a season, players will get injured. So I don't have no problems with the amount of game time. He'll get plenty of game time, and yeah, I'm just looking to see how he impacts the game more than his numbers. I'm not going to really judge him on his numbers.
All right, I'm a blue Dabadi says the Spanish tie. And that's he's talking about Dave, right? So big up Skegness Dave. Paul Winter saying big up to Skeggy as well. And we've got a couple other, I just missed it. Oh, did that one. Super chats here. Vavav says, Robbie, who do you think will finish higher Spurs, Arsenal or Brentford. They're still taking the piss out of me from Friday. I know, you know what I mean? I've been getting it all week. It's been a long weekend, you know what I mean? I'll tell you, bro, you lot are talking about troubles. As an Arsenal fan, it's been like the longest weekend of my life. I have not been, the amount of memes I've had sent to me, the amount of people who've been trying to ring off my phone, sending out missing messages for me and all stuff like that. Honestly, I've got it in the neck this week. But it's all good, man. That's what football's all about. It's time to get into the predictions. Let's start off with you, Lewis.
Yeah.
Your prediction for the game today.
So people might be shocked, but we did touch on it before when you asked me about the potential slow start. I do think we could have a slow start, and I'm also thinking that there's no way Tottenham want to get beat today. Not a chance with everything that's going on. I think, and it's Nuno's first, competitive match. I think he's going to be pretty defensive, trying to sit on the break. I think we could struggle to create, especially with no striker. I've gone for 1-1.
A draw?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's a point on last year, mate. It's positive, you know what I mean? People are like, oh, it's negative.
They have got beat loss in, didn't they?
So that's 1 point gain straight away.
1-1 champions.
Mate, wait until December. We've got another 20 match winning streak and it'll all be calm, you know what I mean? But just take a little bit of time to get into
So 1-1.
I've
You
got
go a draw.
I think they're going to be really, really defensive, and I think we could struggle. Yeah.
Fuad?
I think you're trying to underplay it. The way I see it, I'm expecting the champions comfortably to win. The only thing I'll be looking for from Spurs is just don't lay over and bend over, please. I want to see some kind of fight, some spirit. I want to see what Nuno is trying to mesh into the squad over the summer. So for me, I just hope it's not an embarrassing pummeling. That's all. So I'll go 3-1.
3-1. Do you know what? I think I'll probably go the draw route as well. You know, I don't think. I think I said it. I would have loved if Arsenal, as bad as we are, I'd have loved if our first game would have been City. Because to me, when you've got a team like this, you want to catch them early, man. You can remember a couple of seasons ago, was it Norwich beat them? If you catch them early when they're not, they're a bit undercooked. You know what I mean? They're not up to speed. You don't want to be catching them like when we're playing them like
we caught them early.
We're playing them in 2 weeks' time. By the time we play them, they've probably got Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Just like we're playing Chelsea next week, they're gonna have Lukaku. You know what I mean? All the new boys will be trying out with us. But no, I think it's a good time to catch them.
Yeah. But the thing is, we played them early last year and it was 1-0. But that was through a lot of new signings coming in and Jose's tactics. I don't know what Nuno's tactics are.
Well, Nuno's tactics can be quite similar, isn't it? He's very good at getting teams. He used to have Wolves very well organised, didn't he?
Very well defensively.
A good counter-attacking team.
Which is what I'm going to be looking for, yeah.
You know, and he's, with players like Reguilon and all, he might employ that same sort of counter-attacking style.
Yeah.
Harley MCFC says he thinks it's going to be 2-0 to City. Alexia's going 3-1 to City. BetNFC says 2-0 to Spurs. Natty says 3-1 City. Bilal says 3-0 Spurs. City are done, he says. Shady Lurker says 5-1 to City. Harry Mills 3-1 to City. So most people seem to be favouring City. 1-0 to City, this guy says. Guy Tauno says 2-1 to Spurs. So the majority of people are going for Man City, obviously.
But my draw, by the way, is based on, I genuinely believe that Nuno is going to set up to do everything possible not to get beat. I just think a defeat for Tottenham, I personally think it would just be a disaster for everything that's going on. I know people will be like, oh yeah, it's not a disaster, you're getting beat off the champions. I'm talking about the whole club mentality. With everything that's going on with Kane, you know what I mean, and to lose your first game of the season, I just think that would be a disaster personally. So that's why I'm thinking he's going to play defensive, try and stop us. We've not got a striker, we're going to play false nine. And that's why I'm going for the 1-0. If he's a bit brave, Nuno, and he tries to play football, then I think we'll wipe the floor with it. And I think we could get a couple of goals, but I don't think he's going to do that. I just don't. I think for me that will be a shock.
Also, you've got to remember fans are back, and you've been seeing all weekend that has been making a big difference.
Massive, yeah.
So Andrew C says, Robbie, ask the City fan who he supported before 2008. He says, only joking. He says, can you ask him if this City team is coming towards the end of its cycle? With Walker, Kevin De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Mahrez in their 30s, and Silva and Sterling's futures in doubt?
Well, it's a good question, first of all. It is a good question, but no,
what, who you supported before 2008?
Well, no,
I'm only joking.
I thought that was obvious, you know what I mean? Chelsea all the way, innit? But yeah, I do think it's a good question because some of the players are getting into that period where we need to think. It's not like an immediate. We need to get in the transfer market right now. But Kevin De Bruyne touched on before. We've got Grealish, we've got Foden. There's no issues there, and we can come and pick someone else off. Walker, we got Cancelo there. Bernardo Silva. Well, I actually don't think, but Bernardo Silva is probably really low down in the pecking order right now. And Sterling, I think we'd be able to replace Sterling if he did leave. And if he did leave, I think we should be getting some good money for him. So it's a good question. And I do think that's something that's going to be on the mind of the club, but I don't think it's something that they'll be panicking about.
And the other thing is, obviously it's all this talk about Harry Kane, but it's not Harry Kane starting yet again today. You started without no striker. Is there no other striker, even in the under 23s or the academy? I mean, no striker.
First of all, Ferran Torres is promising as a striker, and he's a really good finisher. The problem
he's not
is
a striker, though, is he?
Well, I don't know, Robbie. I don't know, Robbie.
He's a wide player, isn't he?
I don't know, some of his best football last year for me, his most effective football, should I say, came as a striker. But one of the problems that he has, if he's not scoring the goals, he doesn't affect the game. And that's something that Harry Kane will do. You know what I mean? He could drop deep, he can win headers. Ferran Torres, he can put the ball in the back of the net. I've seen him do that plenty of times. But other than that, he kind of struggles. We do have a young lad, Liam Delap, coming through. But I think he might have.
It's Rory Delap's son, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. They've got the flags out at Tottenham there. Look, they've given everybody in the ground a flag, and they're all waving them, and gonna have a great atmosphere there. All the flags are waving. So listen, they've tried their best to get the atmosphere pumped up. Here comes Nuno Espirito Santo, looking very cool there in his little jacket there.
Casual wear.
And big season for Dele Alli as well, isn't it?
Huge, yeah.
We've been saying that for like 3 seasons now, surely. For me, it's the end of the road for his time at Tottenham, to be honest. I think we've been trying to find the 18 or 2017 Dele Alli for the best part of 2 years, whether it's injuries, whether it's off the field stuff, whether it's managers not selecting him. I don't think he's ever really put himself in position to kind of grab that position by the scruff of the neck. And we've had that third slot in midfield, I feel like, up for grabs for the best part of a year and a half now. Lo Celso hasn't put his hands on it, Dele Alli hasn't put his hands on it, but the club have been running a bunch of PR on his rebuild this summer, and I think Nuno seems to favour him over pre-season, so I'm definitely expecting something if he's going to stay, because I'm tired of carrying the passenger and forgetting the potential of what he was a couple of years ago. You got to remember, people were saying like, oh, he's looking like the new Lampard with all the goals and the style of play he was playing with.
I remember he was like, he would have hurt him to see like the England team over the summer. I mean, he was always a dead cert for that team, wasn't he?
Always. And the fact that this summer he was nowhere near the England squad conversation. Like even the Maddisons and the Lingards who weren't selected were still ahead of him in the pecking order. It should be a wake-up call for him, but I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take for him to wake up. I hope this season he starts off well, because last season was nothing but a downward spiral, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't rate Ali, mate. And you know what, as well, forget what people think about Mourinho, but when that documentary was done, they're doing on Arsenal now, which will be very fun. I remember Mourinho when he said, Ali's a lazy guy. He said he's lazy in training. And regardless of what you think of Mourinho, if a manager's saying a player's lazy in training, that's a massive, massive red flag, man.
And you know
by the way, I'm not going to be reading out all these comments that keep coming in about Dele Alli's connection to Man City through Pep's daughter.
Oh yeah, there is that.
Through Pep Guardiola's daughter. All right, and I'm trying not to get cancelled here.
He's got
right, so you guys are funny, but I'm trying not to get cancelled.
Hey, that's good. But it's funny.
I'll do this one. Naturo says, all distracted by Pep's daughter. Innit? Right?
I don't know what he's distracted by, but it's funny because when he first came to Tottenham, he was seen as one of the hardest workers. He ran and clocked the most miles with Ericsson. And then to now, like, all of a sudden, the thing is, we accept that Dele Alli's lazy. It just tells you how his mentality has changed over the years, and he's kind of, I feel like, bought into his own ego almost.
Yeah.
And the thing is about on that documentary is that when Mourinho came, he said, I'd heard you're lazy. So it's almost like it's something that he'd heard even before he got there, isn't it?
And the thing is people forget, Jose, when he first came in, actually tried to put his arm around Dele Alli and said, where's the real Dele Alli? Like, he tried to get the best out, and I think for like 4 or 5 games he's done well, but mentality just goes, and if you ain't got the mentality, you're never going to survive with a guy like Jose.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Anyways, kicked off.
Go on, boys.
And Tottenham kicking off, and straight away they lock the ball up front. And here we go. This is it.
You know what I mean?
That's the worst thing.
Not there.
If our tactic is to try and knock it long to Son, it's going to be a long
Listen,
game.
you've got Son there, right? And to be fair, remember that time when Harry Kane was out for an extended period? Son was brilliant, wasn't he?
Fantastic. But
So
the way we were playing then was different. I felt
still
like
got a world-class player there, haven't you?
I think he's a top quality player, but we had the width service and we had creativity through the midfield.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we've got that in this squad at the minute.
Gonna be
Bergwijn and Moura giving him service. Those guys, I think, have got maybe 5 assists between them in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not expecting a lot of creativity or service to Son. I imagine we'll knock a lot of long balls like we did in pre-season, and he will struggle to make it stick.
Oh, let me ask you a question. I'm not trying to roast you here. Are you surprised that Son signed a new contract? Like, on a real, like, because he could have gone to a top, like, a Champions League challenging team. In my opinion, I think Son's like top draw, mate. I was quite surprised he signed a new deal.
I've always said I'm surprised that no big club has come in for him, and I think that's just what it's been. Every club is kind of stacked for those positions when you look at the top clubs.
And again, he wouldn't be cheap, would he?
And then he's not going to be cheap. And then I
How
don't
long
know.
did he have left on
Now
his
that
deal
he's
then?
28 as well, turning, I think he's 29 actually. So it's like they're not going to break the bank. And the way I see it, I think he's just found somewhere he's comfortable at. I think Spurs is actually
Also good ball.
his level. Ooh.
That was interesting there. Spurs looking to go long down the middle.
Yo, our left side today is where we're going to be massively tested. You know, we discussed Ake, didn't we, on the stream last week? And Ake, generally for City, has played well throughout the 90 minutes, but can make a mistake which unfortunately leads to a goal. And Ben Mendy sometimes defensively,
He likes to get forward, man.
He likes to get
If he
forward.
forgets it, he's got to get back as well.
So if I was Spurs, I would be really targeting our left-hand side today.
That's a great ball out to Sterling. What a touch that was.
He's not even... come on, ref.
I like this kid, Tanganga, man. Strong.
I'd like to see that again.
We'll skip their caught in possession.
Come on,
Go
Skippy,
forward,
man.
come on.
Gundogan.
That's a good ball. Here he is. Here's the
There's
ball.
Jack Grealish on the ball.
Oh,
it's a great run.
No way.
Come on, give it.
No way, it's a free
Oh,
kick.
it's a free kick just outside. It looked...
Such a diver.
Bro, come on, man. That was
already you see that is
what
what
I
Jack
see.
Grealish gives you.
That's what's 100 million
Picks
worth
the
these
ball up
days.
and drives at you. That mid-table guy.
Oh, I want to see a replay
Where's
of
that?
That's close, mate. That could be a pen. I want to
Is
see
that
a
enough
replay.
now to make grown men fall over? Wow.
Woo.
The game is gone.
You need to show the
The
side-on
game is
angle.
gone.
I want to see the side-on angle there. That's close. You can't touch, but you can't touch a player on the back there when they're running at goal. Did he get booked for that? That was a
Sloppy
clear
there, man.
booking as well.
I don't think he did get booked.
That was a clear booking. If he's not booked him, that's poor.
Anyway, it's a free kick in a dangerous area.
Losing the ball there is
That was a
Gundogan,
great
Mahrez
start
over
from
it.
Jack Grealish.
This is dangerous for Tottenham.
Go on, Gundo.
Nick Nass says a £100 million dive.
facts.
Well, clubs are going to have to, get used to it.
Right,
innit?
what can
'Cause it is
Gundogan
what
do
it is.
from here?
He's a shot.
It's lined up for the curl, or would he just try and?
Lloris is centre though. I don't know if they.
Will they try and sort of just whip it into the box or something to get their head on it? No, he's going to have a
for
shot.
it! Oh!
He's gone for a corner.
Did it?
He's gone for a corner. It did
Save?
come off a player.
Flick off.
I think it came off one of the players as he was hitting it in. Yep, it has. I think he's skipped there, isn't it? Got his head on it.
Just off his head.
Oh, that's a good header, you know.
It's a good header.
That's a good header from
That
Skip.
might have been going in. That was had great direction on it.
Gundo's been working.
Big up, Randy. It's your birthday. Happy birthday going out to you. Right, corner now to Manchester City. Already looking like it's going to be an entertaining game, as we expected with two kind of attacking
there?
teams. Lloris.
Oh!
He's missed it! Oh, and they should have scored.
No!
Yo, Fernandinho's headed it wide. What was Lloris doing there?
Oh my God!
He
listen.
completely missed it. He come out to claim the ball and has got nowhere near it.
You can't do that.
And Fernandinho should have scored.
Oh, no.
If you're gonna come out your
free
box
header.
like that, you must claim it. He was
Maybe
miles off.
Fernandinho maybe put off a little bit by the fact that Lloris was flying at him with a
Glove
glove.
of his eye, innit?
Should
And
have
then
scored.
that's poor distribution from Lloris as well. He's had a bad start now.
Should have scored.
Should have scored though. Should have scored Fernandinho.
What's he doing coming out there,
The goal was gaping.
Never on for him, that, Lloris. Never on for him.
How shaky we've started already.
Yeah, we need to capitalise on this, because we've started well.
Ben Houghton says, Robbie, if you knew what you knew now, would you have kept Arsene Wenger? No.
Seriously?
Because it was still time for him to leave. It's just that we've made major mistakes since he's gone, but it was still he was a great manager, but it was still time for him
nice,
to go.
Benji.
The Mendy's there.
Oh, what a ball.
Pass that's gone out to Mahrez with a great touch.
going forward.
Oh, this is looking dangerous again. There's a chance. Oh! And he missed it again.
Oh, that's 2 chances. We probably should have scored that as well.
Is so weak.
That was a great chance.
We probably should have scored.
He should have scored there. He's flashed it wide. Another big chance there for Man City. They could be 2-0 up already. Too easy
He's got to
again.
score there. He's got to score.
He's got to score there. Who was that?
Cancelo's
got to score there.
How is a right back getting in our box?
That's poor.
It makes no sense why no one's picking him up.
Great start from
2
City.
let-offs there, and it's been a bit of a shaky start for Skip as well. He gave away the
free kick.
The free kick on Grealish, and there another mistake from him there. But I like how this game started. It's very competitive game already. Very entertaining game.
Hunger, please.
Come on, City. It's a great start this for City.
If Mahrez cutting in again, you can't make him do that. He did well there. Skip.
That's it.
See, it looks like you are sitting in, but you're not. You don't look like you have any much shape
on the
at all.
counter. That's the thing. There's not that transition there.
It's looking like services resume for City. The way they're playing, they're looking quite sharp at the moment.
Well, we've already had more chances than we had the whole game last week, didn't we?
Yeah. Last week City were dreadful.
And that's the thing. I don't think Pep will ever tolerate that back-to-back sloppy performances. And
although they did play a lot of youngsters and stuff like that in that team, didn't they?
Steven was in goal.
However, it's still early in and they didn't take any of those chances. And if you don't take your chances,
that's it.
You can get punished, especially when you've got a team that's got Son in it.
When your Man City will be creating chances for 90 minutes against this backline, I promise you.
Oh, Mendy,
see, look there, Mendy's giving the ball away, and now
we aren't going to get many chances. Don't waste this.
Stand him.
You're taking too long, my friend.
No, he's done well there,
You've gone all the way back.
Yeah,
well
did
done.
Do well there.
Fantastic.
I expected Son to really be in there.
That's the problem with Mendy, mate.
Open in the middle as well.
Just does stupid stuff, Mendy, and that's what lets him down.
Caught in possession. I was surprised there with Son.
What's he trying to do there? Someone explain to me.
Look. The gap for them.
Yeah. He's got to play it, innit?
My God.
He's got to play it. If Harry Kane would have been there, he would have played it.
Harry Kane would be the one playing the pass.
Excuse me, I'll get a drink as well.
He didn't need to play that
you
ball
want a drink
straight
for
away.
Soft drink?
No, I'm good, man. Got water there.
Needed to play that instantly.
Huh? Need to what, sorry?
I'm saying Son then needed to play that ball instantly.
Yeah, he needs to play that. Prawn cocktail as well. I'll have that in the second half. I ain't had nothing to eat today, man. You know, Sunday's one of them weird days, man, where you're just waiting on your main meal.
Yeah.
The big Sunday dinner.
Appetite ain't really there.
Your appetite's gone, is it?
Oh, come on, ref.
Are you going to spend the whole game kissing the grass?
Grealish fouled again.
Lord have mercy. Tanganga on him nice and early. I like it.
Yeah, I like Tanganga, man. He's
the most foul player. He says he likes Tanganga. He'll be gone next one.
Well, there is rumours report is letting out. We need a replacement.
Listen, as Dan said in the documentary, all the big clubs wanted him, but he chose Tottenham. That's a homeboy.
Oh, stupid. James says, Don, how are you feeling knowing you support a team who will always be superior, no matter how bad they are at the moment? Chin up, the good days will come back. Thank you, bro. I needed some words of encouragement. The Tanganga's racking up those fouls, though. He's got to be careful, you know what I mean? Especially,
boy's hungry.
You don't want to be on too many yellow cards when you're going to be, that's probably next one he's going to get a yellow.
Yeah. Done that a couple of times now. I just need to chill out.
You're going to be up against Sterling for the rest of the game. And you know what City do? They start interchanging on you, putting Grealish out there and stuff like that as well.
Cancelo is so technical, man. I love it.
Yeah, Cancelo was.
He's not a right back. He's a midfielder.
He can. There was times last year, mate. He was playing like centre forward at times, man. He's so good.
The inverted left wing back.
Nice.
He was doing.
That's nice. That's nice.
Good
That's
bit by
nice.
Sterling.
Go on. Oh, good tackle. Great tackle.
That's a big tackle.
You can't let him walk in there. They seem to just let him walk in the penalty area.
Skip did well there. He really did. He went with him.
Recovery, man.
It's a good tackle.
It's a good tackle as well.
Good tackle.
Strong.
Sterling, one of the players of the tournament, I thought, of the Euros.
I agree, mate.
If not the player.
I agree.
Right.
Go on, Gundo. Good ball in here, mate. Short corner.
Well, they play
I
it
don't
short.
know.
To
No
Grealish.
zonal marking.
Good ball in, Ben. Go on.
It's Mendy.
Who's
That's a bit too much on there.
Yeah, leave it.
Oh, is it
It's
going?
another corner. No, it hasn't gone.
Is it Mahrez, that, I think?
Oh.
Oh, he got caught.
Oh,
Sat him down like a... Sat him down. But probably did a bit too much. Should have
Yeah.
delivered it earlier. Morris.
Dele Ali. Lord
Sat the man
have
down in the
mercy.
sofa, man.
Have some
But there
shame.
you go. See, you see that again there? You see what Spurs are trying to do there? The quick counter,
long
they
ball.
lift 3 players up.
Yeah.
Got 3 players up there quickly. That's definitely the tactic.
I think Moura, Bergwijn and Son have been told don't drop. Yeah. I think the front 3 have basically been given instructions not to drop for the
Yeah,
counter.
because you need an
Yeah.
out ball, but the problem is that now our midfield is just dominating the play.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
we're
issue
missing
with that.
our best outlet, Harry Kane.
That's good. That's good
Once
stuff.
he receives
Come
that
on.
quarterback.
Come on. Give it in. Ball in.
Well done. Hit that in the channel.
There's
Kick
more
and
up.
run.
That's a great tackle by Fernandinho.
Monstrous.
Pep's got his shoes on today.
Yep. Stylish guy, isn't he, Pep? Very stylish. Probably the most stylish manager in the Premier League.
No, Arteta.
Maybe of all time, to be fair.
Arteta's very stylish. That's one thing I'll give him.
He's just copied Pep's formula. to
Yeah,
be
he's
fair.
like he does with everything, isn't it? He's copies
So
it.
did you see the geezer from the Brentford manager was pretty smart.
Yeah, yeah. What was it like back in the stadium then? You went,
Huh?
you was in the stadium, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
What was it like?
That was brilliant. The atmosphere was fantastic, man. And both sets of fans was incredible.
Was there a moment that like you were like, shit, like it's real now, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It's properly back. Was
I
you
honestly
was it-
felt like that. I was back in there and I was like, football's back. It's like, this is the real football again.
Yeah, Arsenal getting beat.
Oh.
That's a real.
Thank you. You're on my case as well now.
Yeah, mate. You don't want to play on Fridays. If you lose the game on a Friday night, it ruins the weekend, doesn't it?
You lose on a Friday, and the way you lose and the team you lose to, your weekend's finished. Then you've got to watch everybody.
Exactly.
It's Man United, cool team. Chelsea, everybody, you know what I
Deal
mean?
with that. I'm surprised at our start, to be honest. I know, Tottenham are playing in a way that is helping us a little bit, but
It's been a good game so far.
I think we're looking a lot sharper than I thought we were.
Yeah, they're looking very sharp. They are.
A lot
I
sharper.
agree that. I thought it might be a bit of a
Slow
sort
start.
of sluggish start.
No.
Like, Sterling as well.
You've
He's
got to
such a
remember-
machine. He's not even played any pre-season minutes as well. He's coming in straight away.
He hasn't played pre-season.
No, did he get any minutes at the weekend?
Well,
We didn't play against
no,
Leicester, did
no,
he?
he didn't.
No, he's not played.
Surprised then
I
Stone's
didn't
not
think he was
playing
even
ahead of
on the bench.
Aki. With Aki obviously having made a mistake as well in the
It's a pep thing, isn't it? I think sometimes he will do that, and just to get the players' confidence back.
yeah.
Aki did actually have a good game in that game until he made that mistake. So
did.
I thought that as well. I thought he was actually playing decent, but
Ake's a good player, mate. But he's done that before for us, where he's had a decent game, but unfortunately cost us a goal.
right, this is the chance now for Tottenham, and they lose it in midfield. They can't afford to do that.
That's good play, Ben. Go on.
Can't afford to do that.
and that's the thing. It's
Grealish on the ball. Grealish looks at home already. I
Yeah,
have
he
to
looks
say.
brilliant, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's fouled again.
Got another foul. You're gonna be saying a lot tonight.
3 fouls already in it.
Jeez.
He's had on him.
Go on, Grealish.
Højbjerg on him. Inevitable.
Højbjerg loves a challenge.
Official Moxie says so far in these first games, opening games, does it feel like VAR has been less intrusive? Or would you want it gone completely? I do think it's been much better how they've been doing the VAR. They've sort of followed the same model as what they did in the Euros.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You know, and it's worked much better, and the decisions, and obviously they ain't got this stupid thing where on every decision the lines are being drawn and that.
Yeah.
And then I think the other thing is as well, what we saw last season is, I know they've changed that as well. Remember, they'd let the offsides go.
Yeah.
Now I think the ruling is if it's obvious offside, just put your flag up.
I think.
But last year it'd be like they'd leave it down and then the player would go through and then.
Didn't it always used to be they'll give the attacker the benefit of the doubt?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what they're doing now, which makes common sense.
The only issue
We lose so many goals when.
The only issue I have with that rule, Robbie, the obvious offside, is if there's any Liverpool fans in here. When we played Liverpool many years ago, Raheem Sterling played for Liverpool. Raheem Sterling went through on goal 1-on-1. Now everyone in the stadium, including the Liverpool fans, thought he was offside. He looked a mile offside. It was onside.
Yeah.
That's the only issue I've got.
But you can
with
only
it.
get those once in a while, because I can tell you,
But
I remember
that's a big game.
when Arsenal played Man United at Old Trafford. That's when VAR just came in, and I remember Aubameyang scored in that game, and he looked miles offside, and it got given. And then when you look when you looked on the VAR, sorry, he was waved offside, but he scored the goal and they waved offside afterwards.
Yeah.
But when you looked at the replay, he was miles onside.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes some of those real obvious ones.
And they gave the goal.
They gave the goal.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
overturned it and gave the goal because he was actually onside.
I just remember last season they were just doing like.
But it's getting a bit ridiculous last season.
And I was just like, you lot have gotten. It's almost like, you know, when you get a new bit of gear and you
Yeah.
just want to go overboard with it. It's like, relax.
So if you went through on goal, right, and the referee the assistant linesman put his flag off, and you believe genuinely that you was onside, should you just go then and score the goal?
Yes.
Yes.
So you,
Yes.
Always finish it like
Yes, because
the one thing
that's
I think-
exactly what he did. Like, I think with that one in Aubameyang, I think there's some people who thought, even I felt it was offside.
Yeah.
Even I was in the stadium, I was like, that's
Yeah.
offside, right?
Is that the one where the United players kind of stopped?
They kind of stopped, and
Yeah.
he just ran for and scored it, but he was actually miles onside.
I think that's one thing strikers were learning last year was finish the chance no matter what. Let the
Yeah.
VAR decide it later.
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if you score the goal and it's a valid goal, they're going to be under massive pressure to just give the goal, regardless of what
Yeah.
VAR or the referee said.
But if some of them ones where, like, say it was long before they get to the goal and they let it go and it's obvious that they're offside,
Yeah.
it was getting a bit ridiculous, you know?
Yes.
Spurs growing into the game a bit more now.
Starting to keep the ball a little.
You're a bit gutted that you're not 2-0 up? I mean, you've had two chances there, haven't you? So
We should have.
Look at that. Is that not shirt pulling?
Tanganga done brilliantly there. But
Come
his
on, call the foul back at
his
least.
final ball was poor.
I think
Where did you sign him from?
Academy.
Oh, he come through the academy?
Yeah.
Didn't he say he was he was born like across the road from White Hart Lane? Didn't he? On the documentary.
Yeah, he's a proper local boy.
Yeah. So he'll be coming to City in a few
Probably
years.
an Arsenal fan.
You're in for a rough ride today.
He's young enough to not remember the glory years, I think. So
Always another
definitely
chance here
not.
for Spurs. Corner for Spurs.
On it, yeah.
Corner for Tottenham Hotspur. Their first corner of the game. What can they do with it?
Listen, set pieces are going to be key for us as well. We ain't going to get this high up to pitch too often, so we need to actually make them count. Go on, slabhead. Get your head on one.
Yeah, you're right. Set pieces are key for Spurs. You know what I mean? They're not going to have too many chances. You think? You know what I mean? The way they've started.
Right, Son to take it. And here it comes. It's a good distribution, but dealt with well
Is that Ake again?
by City.
Come
and
on,
out by
Blues.
City.
Let's get a counter going here.
Chance for a
Break this up
counter-attack.
early.
No, there's no one there. There's no one
Slow
there.
it up.
Nice.
Go on,
press,
go on.
press.
That's it. Yeah, well done. I think it was Ake again, but he had a. Hey, there's a rumour going around as well that we offered 100 million. And I don't know whether it's with Laporte or maybe he was part of the deal, but apparently you turned it down. If that's true, I genuinely feel that's a shocking decision by Spurs.
Honestly, I said I would have took that.
Laporte is, in my opinion, top 5 centre back in world football. I genuinely do
Ooh, that's a
That's
big
a great ball.
statement.
That's a great ball through here.
that. Who's there? Go on.
Oh, here's a chance. So he played it back.
He's
too
smart. Why not Regby on?
Too many passes there, weren't there?
Goal.
You just
That
want to smash
Gundogan
it.
there, he could have had a shot.
You know, I see. They want to score that perfect goal. Once
Yeah,
upon a time, like
definitely.
Arsenal used
Looking
to.
for the perfect goal there for sure because getting a bit pinned in now, Tottenham.
Come on, Blues. Oh, look at that as well. Oh, okay.
Would you say?
Mendy's giving the ball away again. Here's a chance for the counter-attack. This is exactly what Tottenham want.
Snooze on this. Oh!
Here's the chance. Oh, he slipped there. Bergwijn.
Hit it!
And it's gone for another corner. But that is what Tottenham are looking for in the game. You can see it. They're looking for that quick counter-attack. And they nearly got it there.
He scored against us, didn't he, on his debut, I think?
Yeah.
Bergwijn.
Sold us a dream.
What's he been like? Is
Scored
he
against
good
City,
or not?
Scored against United.
I think he
And
scored
we
against
thought,
that.
we
He
got
scored
one
against
here.
Arsenal, feels right.
Yeah. And we thought, yeah, we got one, but it's last year absolutely useless, honestly. I hope he's someone who can kick on this seat. Him and Lo Celso,
Where'd you get him from?
PSV.
Right, here
It's
comes
actually
the
decent
corner.
What's going on here?
Davison Sanchez.
Shirty action.
Come on, Blues. Strong here. Strong.
Gundogan marking Sanchez. Sanchez, you better dominate that. He's about 5'6". Come on.
Deal with that. Deal with that.
Strong!
Oh, that's a good,
Come on, that was
a
right in that area as
brilliant delivery, wasn't it?
well.
Cracking, yeah.
Brilliant delivery. Like everybody just missed it. Look at that for the delivery, man. It's a brilliant delivery. I think that's a City throw, isn't it?
It's got to be ours. It came off their head,
Have
didn't
a
it?
look.
Was that Tanganga's head? Yeah, that's off theirs.
Yeah, I think it's a City throw.
No, that's come off from
Did it
Diaz's
come
head.
off Davison Sanchez there?
Come on.
You think it come off Diaz's
Yeah,
head?
come off
Yeah, I
Diaz's
think
head,
he
yeah.
come off Diaz.
Bit of pressure here though from Tottenham.
Get it under control.
It's back in their half.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
a
poor,
what a
mate.
ball that was.
Hey, why is he just stood there?
Do you know what that
Well in, though,
is?
well in, Ben.
Those little areas where I have questions about Tanganga as a right back. That technical touch there, where you just need to bring the ball down. He doesn't
Well, it's a
have
foul, isn't it? It was a foul. Free kick
what
to
a
Tottenham.
ball that was, though, man.
Foul by Fernandinho on Dele Alli.
Chopadinho, regular business.
Nothing in there. Just letting him know he's there.
He knows.
Experienced player.
Should have played him in the Champions League final then, shouldn't you?
Where does he rank it amongst City legends?
Underrated massively.
Like, because I always hear the Silvers, the Companies, the De Bruyne's even gets mentioned before Fernandinho. does. But where does he?
you're
Where
absolutely
do you
right,
personally rank
You're
it?
absolutely right. He's massively underrated. I don't think he's. Every City fan will tell you that he's mega and that he's done a really good job, but I don't think he gets the full appreciation that he deserves.
100%.
You know what I mean?
I think he's been so consistent as well in multiple positions
You are,
as well.
yeah, you're right.
Come on!
Oh, there's a chance!
Oh,
Oh! Off the, well,
Hey.
nearly off the
Listen,
line
I
there
like
from
this.
great defending by Gundogan there.
wake up, man.
Listen, man.
That was a chance there, but I think it was offside, was it?
Make use of the set
Edison
pieces,
coming
man.
out. Mate, two
Getting there,
goalkeepers
Edison
making
got
mistakes
nowhere
here.
near that. But look how many City players were back on the line for it. They did well
That is
to cover him. He got nowhere.
That is commitment in it. Look, 4 bodies on the
Yeah.
line. Both goalkeepers have had a moment like that now.
It's a good hit that from Lucas as well.
was.
Dropping
Fair
out
play,
the sky.
yeah.
Tottenham have grown into the game now, though. They've say the last 10 minutes.
Just need to get one clear-cut chance, man.
Mora's looking sharp.
To be fair, Mora's looked good all pre-season as well, man. He's someone who I think irritates Spurs fans, similar to like Xhaka at Arsenal, or I don't know. I think
bit like
every
a
club
Pepe,
has
isn't
these
it?
type of
Pepe at
players.
Arsenal, isn't
Sorry?
He's like a Pepe at Arsenal.
Yeah,
Where-
yeah.
Like
Like,
where
some
one
people-
week You're like, yeah, this guy,
He's got
fucking
something.
wicked.
Yeah.
And then the next week, you're like, who's that guy, man? Get him off. Have him off, mate.
Literally.
Frustrated.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lucas Moura's a bit like that, isn't he?
Yeah, I like Lucas, mate. Obviously, I've not seen him that much, but whenever I've seen him, I think he's always dangerous, mate.
That's the thing I'll give him is even when he's not contributing in goals and assists, he'll always make himself a nuisance.
Yeah, it
But
looks like he works
sometimes
hard. He looks like he
that
works
irritates you even more because you're working so hard, but it's not leading to goals or assists.
hard. Yeah.
And especially when sometimes it's his decision making that lets him down. Just that final ball.
Look at that. Last 5 minutes possession, Tottenham Hotspur 74%.
Yeah, they've been on top. Official Moxie says, being a Spurs home kit designer must be the easiest job in the world.
Literally, get a bit of tissue,
a
slap
white
the badge
kit.
on it, Nike tick, you're done. That's what they've done this year, pretty much.
And Shref says, he's all about shirts as well. He said, shirt designers made the least effort on Tottenham jersey. Also, I started watching the game. Is Harry Kane playing? And how's Grealish been so far? Grealish has been good, and Harry Kane is not playing.
Grealish has been on the floor eating grass most of the time.
And Yuvraj says, the saddest part of this is I can only see one or maybe two Arsenal players getting into the City United Chelsea squad. Shambles.
And that's the squad. Talk about first team. You know? Set piece here for City.
Do you
Tanganga
think
again.
the Euros saved Sterling's City career?
I don't think it saved it, but it massively helped. You know, he after the Euros, he instantly came in and become our number one left winger again.
Yeah.
Whereas
Stock is high.
if you didn't have that Euros, you might have seen Jack Grealish play left wing and maybe
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva come in, or maybe, you know what I mean, something like that. So I don't think it saved it, but I just think it gave it that little bit of a boost that it needed. You know what I mean? And I would say as well, and I say this all the time. In my opinion, Raheem Sterling suffers.
All this is good from City.
Come on.
Good feet.
Bodies around. Finish that. Hey, I'm liking the defending so far, Nuno.
Yeah. Yeah, no, go back to what I was saying though. I'd say Raheem Sterling suffers the most from City not playing a striker.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe he needs someone in that box to have
Service to,
target, you know what I mean?
Oh, this is good from Tottenham. They've got like a 4-on-4 here. Bergwijn.
that's a
Oh, he
ball.
slipped him in.
Close him,
Back
Reg.
post.
Close him.
Here's
Close
a
him
chance
again.
there for Son.
Oh no, bicycle, brother!
Oh,
Come on, man.
it's offside though.
Offside.
Man ain't got
Offside, but that was better by Spurs. They're looking dangerous on the counter attack.
They're going into it, aren't they?
I did call it at the start of the game that, you know, with Nuno, that's how he played at Wolves. That counter attacking. Look at there, they had a 4-on-4 there.
Listen,
Lucas again.
credit to Mora, man. He's been leading almost every single one.
Oh, was he
I think
offside?
his arm
Yeah,
was
I think he's
offside there.
I thought he was onside to me.
Oh no, it looks a bit close to me.
Oh, there's the offside there.
Yeah,
That's the
where it
offside.
is.
Yeah.
And this is why you got to take your chances. You got to take your chances because
100%.
obviously we had 2 golden opportunities, and now we're like, you guys are going into the game. Last 5-10 minutes, you've probably been the better side.
Tony Stark, so I can see, he's a Tottenham fan. He says there's only 2 or 3 Arsenal players that will get in the Spurs team. Forget City, United, Chelsea, or Liverpool. Shut up. No, big up, Tony Stark. Big up, bro. It's your opinion. Right, so we're still searching for a goal there, but it has been a very good game, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Much
Very
better than
attacking.
the Community Shield last week, anyway.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
that was
diabolical.
a poor game. That was a very poor game.
I was giving it the big one as well before the game, saying, "Oh, Leicester City are always mega games, Robbie." It was so
Yeah, that
bad.
was a poor game.
That's nice.
That's a
That's
lovely
a ping.
pass there to
That's a
Grealish.
ping. Go on,
Jack
Jackie.
Grealish
See, this is
now.
where he's dangerous.
No. Oh.
No.
He's asking for
Shout
it.
there for a handball.
They clarified the rules as well, haven't they? Unnatural
like that.
position or something like
I
that.
like that. That was an actual
Oh, he
position.
looked a bit nervous there, Skip.
Let's have a look. Oh,
Come on,
no,
it's come
actually,
off
I think
him.
it's his chest.
No, hit his chest, didn't it?
I think it might. It's his
Come off the
chest.
stomach, man.
Ake
See,
did
Son's
well
hold
there.
up
Did
players.
very well, Ake.
Yeah, he's done well.
Ake's
Grealish
actually
is
started
what
off.
a touch by Grealish. His
Look,
strength.
I knew the
another
dive
free
was
kick.
coming. Why? There's no need for it.
Yeah.
The ball would have just gone out for a throw-in. Is Sanchez kissing Pep's hand? What are you doing?
What's he doing?
What are you actually doing? Oh, my master, please. Brother, relax and go defend.
Push him. What's he doing?
I tell you what, if anyone's not watching the game, Jack Grealish has started really well.
He has. He's looked very good.
He's looked very comfortable. He's settled into it. You'd think he'd been playing in this team for a few years.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a player's been playing it for a while, innit?
He's looked really good.
He's such a confident player. That's the thing about him, isn't he? He knows he's the man now, doesn't he? He knows that there'll be a lot of players coming into the City team. They're thinking, "Oh my God."
Wait till KDB's back.
And that price
No.
tag as well.
When I say he knows it, I'm not necessarily saying that he knows he's the man in this team. But he
gotcha,
knows as a footballer.
As a status thing, yeah.
I'm a big player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's got that air about him now, and that's what's making him so much better than what he was.
I just feel like now that he's at this level of a club
Yeah.
now, he's still got a lot to prove as well, because not a lot of international experience.
Yeah, I think
any
he'll prove
Champions
it.
League games played, and the thing is, he's 25.
Yeah, I
So
think.
it's like,
Oh,
I
no,
think
this
he'll
could
prove
be
it. Oh, they're giving it
dangerous.
away.
This could be
Counter attack
dangerous.
again now.
look at Mora.
It's wide
Look at
open.
Mora. Why are you taking so long?
Oh, this is a chance here for Tottenham.
Stand him,
Oh.
stand him, stand him.
Sonny didn't get
They
back
did
close.
get back in the end. They got back on him. City did well. The
looked so
defenders did well
dangerous
to
there.
get back there, but on the counter attack,
Shout
they
to
are
him,
looking
come on.
very dangerous.
It's too
There's another
easy.
chance. Ake with the ball away. Tottenham are looking dangerous on the counter attack, I have to say.
Counter attack and set
it.
pieces, they're looking strong. When we're back like this, I feel quite comfortable. I don't feel like they've got much to be able to break us
Yeah.
down. But on that counter and set pieces,
Yeah.
they do look dangerous.
Yeah, they are dangerous on the counter attack for sure.
What's the crack with that Regulon then? There's some weird deal that he did with Real Madrid, wasn't there? Like,
They've got a buyback, haven't
Well,
they?
he's got a buyback clause for 40 million or 45 million, I think it is.
do you reckon has he done good? Like, do you reckon they'll come back in for him?
Well, the way his form boiled off at the second half of the season, I don't think they'll be looking at him. But I've always said they've got Furlong Mendy, who's I think 23, 24.
Yeah.
He's there
He's
for
class,
the
isn't
long
he?
term.
He's
Once
class.
Madrid find a player as well, I think they don't really change too much. Like Marcelo was there for 10 years.
Yeah, no, you're
Ramos,
right. Mendy,
Pepe.
Furlong Mendy's class.
I think he just gets unlucky with injuries sometimes. So
that's
it's
again Grealish boy.
Beautiful again from Jack. He's put him on the floor
do
as
you know what
well.
do you know what I'll give him? He's got great balance, man.
Yeah.
He's a problem, isn't he? You can see every time he gets on the ball, he's a problem.
You know what I like about him
got
as
to get
well?
two guys
he
on
goes
it
past
straight away.
people.
Yeah, he drives
He
past
goes
people.
past
He
people.
takes people
Sometimes
on.
City and Arsenal as well. Sometimes we pass too much, don't we?
Yeah.
You really need someone in there who will just say, you know what, I'm
Yeah.
going to take this, and that's what
And I
we
always
have
say
with
when
Yaya.
you got a player like that who goes past people and takes people on like that, it draws people out of position.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you've got to go and deal with it.
That's
You
what's
can-
happening every time.
Yeah,
Someone
two people have to go and take him on. So it's such a. It's sort of like what you were saying earlier, Lewis. Right? Sometimes you'll have players like that. You may see their stats.
But
It may not have stacked up, but they've actually, they influence the game so much and create spaces for other players.
The only reason why I mentioned the stats as well, though, is because City are such a high goal scoring team.
Yeah.
I naturally think he's going to be able to create more and get involved in more goals, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So I just think this is probably his best position to. I mean, last season I think he actually put up some decent stats as well.
Yeah.
But the influence to go with the numbers as well, I think that
Sterling.
would just put him at that level where he's just undeniable. But
Yeah.
I've still got questions.
We'll
I
have
said
to see
at
what
this
happens.
level this season, I'll be.
Oh, it's a great touch again from Jackie Grealish,
It was.
the
mate.
fact that he's tracking back
Just
as well.
Oh, it's
fantastic.
Jackie Grealish now.
Jackie
Jackie.
Grealish. It is really good stuff from him.
Ooh, that's
this
a
could
bad
be a chance.
mistake.
Jack Grealish
Come on,
left
get
side.
out
Grealish
to
with a
him.
chance.
Good man.
Stood him up, did well.
Oh, Mendy, he does look a little shaky, doesn't he, when he gets on the
He
ball?
just
doesn't
does weird stuff, but you know, it's just like,
It's them knees. Oh, hey, that's saucy.
oh, well in, well
Hey,
in.
I wish the nutmeg happened.
Fernandinho again, mopping up.
He's been good.
Oh no,
were
that
they
should
giving
have
that away
gone.
then?
Hit it to the right back.
Let's go, let's go.
Well in,
Oh,
well
that's a
in.
foul. I didn't
He
think
had
that
no
was a
options.
foul.
He had nowhere to go.
Look how quick he got back up when he realised he weren't getting the foul.
Look, get goal side at least. Don't stop.
Oh,
with
nice.
that.
Oh, great bit of
Nice.
skill there by Gundogan.
Go on, Raz.
To Sterling.
Go on, lad.
Don't let him cut in.
There's a chance.
Oh!
And he's put it wide
That's-
again. It's
joking?
Mahrez this time.
That's so
That
cool.
again, the goal gaping. That's free. Man City may live to regret this. That's 3 chances that they've had that they should have scored from. A player of Mahrez's quality. He looked like he slipped Just he's about to take the shot there. No, he just got it all wrong. That was poor.
People don't understand if you're not watching the
that.
game how seriously we should have actually legit scored. These are not half
that's a
chances.
poor-
You see that
poor
position
effort.
there where you said Sterling needs a 9 to play with. That right there, Aguero would have swallowed up all day.
Yeah, 100%. You're right. You can see Pepe ain't happy about that.
He is fuming. We are playing through the lines, but they cannot score.
Yeah.
Official Moxie says, with another super chat, says Grealish could have had a 10 out of 10, could have a 10 out of 10 performance, but will still be scrutinised because of the price tag, unfortunately. Just how modern football is currently working. Yeah,
Game
that's
is the
probably
game.
true.
That is right, but it's something that he's got to deal with as well. You know what I mean?
You got to remember how long Pepe was dealing with that. How long was Maguire dealing
Yeah.
with that? It's part and parcel
Part
of the
of
game
it.
now. Big fees come with big expectations.
Shref says Italian news saying Antonio Conte could be on his way to Arsenal, and Laturo could follow him too, into a huge financial. Stop making me dream, man.
He says,
Stop making me dream of Conte coming. I mean, I've already had a bad enough weekend without dreams. I don't need no dreams.
Get them false hopes up.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
But he's getting booked here, I think.
Yeah, he's at Tanganga's had a
too many.
load.
He just fouled him then. Who was it? Who was it? I don't know who it was.
He's
I think
had
this is
so
going to be
many
the
of them.
Stern telling off.
Oh, he's getting them. See, this is just
Even
not needed.
captain's coming
this.
over.
You know what I mean, he's a grown man. He doesn't need the captain to tell him what he's doing. He's been playing
I'm
football
giving him
since
his
he was
last
5.
warning. It's his
Last
fourth
warning.
foul.
That's about it. Yeah. How many fouls has he had?
I think he's easy.
Shouldn't be really a warning. It should be a card, really.
Have a
shouldn't it?
word of him. He just walked off. He said nothing.
Well, the referee, as
What a
long as he's
waste of time.
consistent with that, he's making it flow. He's had so many fouls.
Well, that's good though.
Tanganga.
I hate it when referees start dishing out cards so early because you set a bad precedent for the rest
Yeah,
of the
but
game.
then do you sometimes though they get the balance wrong and they allow
Yeah, too
like the
much.
flair players to just keep getting chopped down.
Flair.
So
I think the main thing you're looking for in a game is for consistency. So
yeah, if he's got
Yeah.
to do that with everyone
yeah,
now.
we don't
It's a-
want yellow cards dished out for everything. But if you are going to do it, at least
Yeah.
be consistent with it. It's when they're not consistent. And to be fair, this referee's let a lot go. He's given fouls, but he's obviously not got his cards out.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Tanganga there got
He's had
four
four fouls in the
fouls,
game.
So he's
Even
next one.
even Højbjerg's only had one.
He's usually the guiltiest.
Yeah. Well, it's still 0-0. And
What it is, your midfield
still looking very
doesn't
dangerous on the
look as
counter
solid.
attack. 37 minutes gone.
It doesn't look solid, that does.
Like outside of Fernandinho, it's almost like he's being left alone on an island.
I think maybe we can just leave him alone though. Like, there's only a few players in world football that you can just let roam the centre of the pitch like that. You know what I mean? And Fernandinho is probably up there with one of them. Kante another, obviously.
I'm surprised Rodri's not starting though, because I thought he really improved a lot last year, man.
Yeah.
You're not a big fan of him?
Again, Grealish just
Come on,
bounces
man,
off
get
players.
this guy and just snap his ankles, please.
Oh, nice. Come on.
Hey, they're doing tango lessons out on the
A
wing.
lot of quality out there at their City.
Corner ball.
Another
God
corner.
mercy.
See, I think if we was to get Kane there, Sterling just whips that in straight away, no messing about.
Yeah.
I think he knows himself that if I cross this ball, I've got Ferran Torres who's like, what, 5'8"?
Yeah.
He's not going to win there, just what's the point? Whereas if he can get Kane in there, we'll just start pumping balls in.
It's like when you don't have a proper striker, you've got to pinpoint the player to get it.
Yeah.
Whereas when you've got a striker, you can just get it in there, the striker, even if it's not his head,
Yeah.
but he's attacking those areas,
Yeah.
attacking.
That's the
and
thing,
that's
I
the
think-
difference when you've got a striker.
You almost play it into a space and he'll just get there.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, corner now to Man City that Gundogan whips in. It's a good corner.
look it. Okay, counter again.
It's a chance of the
Off we
counter
go,
attack
off
again.
we go,
Oh,
off
no,
we go,
come
off
on.
we go. Watch on the left, please bust the lung.
Oh, well, was that tackle?
my
Was
God.
it?
Poor pass.
Who is that? That's Dele Alli. Of course he's strolling to get to the ball.
Did he?
What is wrong with
did he
him?
pass
We're on
that
a
way?
counter and you're jogging up the pitch.
He's done nothing, has he, Dele Alli, in this game?
He's been quiet so far.
Captain Invisible.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what
That's
a bit of great
brilliant,
skill
Wes.
that was. Why Sterling? Wow.
I can't lie.
Like he's lost it.
unlucky.
Trying to run through too
Was
many
that skip
players.
again?
Opening up the
This
game
game
now.
is so end to end.
What a
Oh,
ball
what
that
a ball
is.
there. This is dangerous now. Son on it.
No.
Here's a
Oh,
chance.
Close
Son
it
again.
down!
Oh, just wide.
Trying to close him down there.
That would have been vintage Sun. The cutting, go for the far post. Ooh.
He loves a goal against
That's
City,
got a
doesn't he?
deflection, surely.
They are so dangerous at the moment, Tottenham on the
that's a
counter-attack.
great pass
Especially
from
when you get
Moura.
the ball up to him, Son. Did brilliantly there. Oh, just wide.
He was asking for a corner. Let's have a look at this. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it came off
it is
the
a corner.
backside.
Corner, yeah.
It's come off the, it's come off Diaz.
Did they not give
Down
a
the other end,
corner?
they didn't give a corner. It's Mahrez.
That's a shag.
Varane, offside. I don't think they must not give the corner then. But that was quite a blatant corner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know that came off your...
He's so good, Son, mate.
He's quality.
And that's why I asked you at the beginning, was you surprised? Because he should be playing Champions League football. He should be playing Champions League football.
I know you usually see a player playing in the Conference League.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
No,
why
definitely.
I didn't even want that. I'd rather be in no Europe.
That's what I said at the end
He's,
of
he's,
the
he's too
last
good.
game of the season. I was hoping we'd go and give it to Leicester. Decide all of a sudden we want to play our hearts out. We forgot the battle of the bridge. Gave Chelsea a free run to the top 4, and then gave you lot basically no European football, and we took the European spot. And I said, it makes no sense. That if there's one game I ever thought we should throw away, it was that one. You lot have that actual benefit this season of no European football midweek.
And we're going to need it, trust me.
It's one of them,
Right.
like, for clubs, you know, who really, you know, as a fan, if I was a club, say I was a Villa fan, yeah, I'd be buzzing if I got into that Conference League, because the away days when you're going on a European trip would be mega. But I think when you're a club that's looking for success, it's not really something.
I just
that you
think
wanna be
full
involved
stop,
in.
right? If you get into Europe, even if you are one of those teams, it should be something special, not like some little second. Oh, here's a chance again for Son. Over the bar. Not no little second-rate competition, which they've just stretched out the league.
Literally.
So that, you know what I mean? I'm sorry,
Literally a
that competition
third-tier
for me, it's a joke.
It's pretty much revived the
Burnley getting it, I
Intertoto
guess
Cup.
they'd be happy, or them two teams, but for me,
I just think as well, Robbie, the fans of these clubs that are never really going to
Yeah,
get in the
I
Champions
guess so.
League or Europa League.
yeah,
like,
you get a few trips and
they'll
stuff
be buzzing,
like
won't
that.
they?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're right,
But
you are.
For clubs that are looking for success, and this isn't arrogance, by the way. Obviously, we're looking for trophies. You don't want to be in
You don't
that.
want to be in
you
that.
don't want to
wanna
be in it.
And if you're a player as well, you don't want to be
You
in
don't
that.
want to be in it. Yeah.
I think for players, they'd rather have their feet up. I mean, you know, even in the flipping, no shots on target in the game so far. Even in the Europa League is not, for me, a great competition.
Yeah.
I find the Europa League, any competition where you can have the team that finishes third,
Qualify
Devalues.
for it, yeah.
then, you know, you didn't even come runners up in your group. You came third.
You know,
And you're still getting to another competition.
No, it
How
should
can
be
that be?
out.
You know what I mean? It's just
just devalues the whole thing.
yeah,
doesn't
to
it?
me,
100%.
completely devalues it. Completely devalues it. It's Grealish there. 2 minutes to go till half time. And it's still 0-0.
City should be ahead though.
City should be ahead.
100%.
but
We've missed big chances.
He's actually done well with that.
Can't write off Tottenham at the moment.
That's a good ball. That's a good ball.
Be
Grealish.
sensible, Sancho, please.
Win that. Nice.
That guy is renowned for
It's,
giving away penalties.
It's how long Tottenham are going to be able to,
Bury down the hatchet.
yeah.
This is why I thought, maybe a draw, because I knew you guys would sit in deep, but obviously we at the same time we have missed 3 golden opportunities.
Yeah.
Big time.
Pep will be upset at the chances. They've got always
come on.
Here's another chance. This is Grealish.
Static
Lots.
there, static.
Lucky.
We've done all right, though, to be honest. This is exactly what I was looking for. A bit of character. A bit of leadership playing. Well done, Nuno.
Nuno will be happy. And get to half time and it's 0-0.
Bring my Romero on as well, man. 50 million, you know.
Who's he then?
Real 50 million centre backs.
Centre
None of
back,
that.
yeah.
None of that. Should we say?
Carry on, yeah. Actually, I was reminded by my neighbour, he was 45 million.
Yeah.
Not 50. Our guy was 50. Exactly doing well again there.
this is what he does, mate. This is an Ake performance, but will he make a mistake? And it's unfortunate that he's been associated with that, but that's just my opinion of him. That he does these performances, often very, very good. You know, I thought he was excellent against Leicester, but then he made the mistake. You know, and don't matter how good you are, if you're making big mistakes.
That's what you get remembered for, innit?
Yeah.
1 minute added on as we go into the 45th minute. It's still 0-0. Pep, as usual, giving out all his instructions.
Been a good game. Been a good 0-0.
It has been a very good game. It has been a very good game.
Front threes looked fluid as well, without Kane. Good man. Who's there
Come
for
on,
the
There's
second
a
now?
chance for one more attack
One
in
more.
this half, maybe.
All over the top. No.
There they
dealt
just
with.
turning away from the ball.
Come on, one more
15
chance.
15 seconds left. It's Mahrez on the ball.
Let's get it in the box, man. Come on. Get it in.
Look at
Go on.
Dele
Get it
Alli
in.
throughout
So the
this
last
move.
attack.
Oh my God.
Dealt with it. That's got to be half time, and it is half time. That's the end of the half. It has ended 0-0 at half time. Manchester City having the best chances. Could have been 3 up with the chances that they've had, but it is still 0-0. And of course, Son having that big chance towards the end of the half, and Tottenham looking very, very dangerous on the counter attack. But City bringing it a great half, I think, by Jack Grealish on his debut as well. So far it's been good. Let me do a couple of super chats before we go over to Dave and get some stats. Shref says Man City and Spurs having an end-to-end game. Both teams are playing a style suited to them. To be honest, feeling miserable about Arsenal. Drizzy Des says, what has Grealish done apart from diving around the field?
No, that's
Can't believe they paid £100 million for him.
poor. That's poor.
No, I think he's had a good game.
He's been really, really good. You know what I mean?
He's been busy.
He's trying to affect the game. He's also got to remember we've not got an actual striker on the football pitch, so he's trying to make something happen with no one in front of him. So I think he's had a good game.
DJ31 says, Don Robbie, nice set. The upgrade is welcomed. Good to see the Don spend more than Arsenal. Don Robbie might have some kind of shake funding. I wish I did, man. I'm going to chat to Lewis, right? And Adebayo says, Robbie, please tell the Spurs Wiz Khalifa on your right to shut up, right, and pay for his popcorn.
Man, I'm coming for me like that.
Man, they're coming for you, man. I forgot to tell you, they do come for you hard there. As Lewis can tell you, they sent for him hard last week. We're going to go to Skegness Dave now, and we're going to get a rundown of what's happened so far in the game, stats-wise.
Yes.
Dave.
So stats-wise, we're looking at across the half of first 15 minutes. If you look at the heat map across Man City's game, and it was just all Man City in the first 15 minutes. All the 3 chances that fell to Gundogan, Fernandinho and Cancelo happened within the space of 3 minutes, and they should have converted one at least, including the one where Mahrez had an open goal in the 34th minute, and it was just clear cut for him. I think he scooped it underneath the ball and just completely tasered it wide. But after the 15 minutes, actually Tottenham evolved more into the match. Throughout the match itself, Man City have had 79% possession, which is the usual. The usual.
79%,
We
even
can
more
call it
than
the
the
usual. But Tottenham have found more open spaces when transitioning into the attack. Yeah. So if you look at Tottenham, and Son, Mora have been the main outlets for them. And with the width of maybe Dele Alli's not pushing up too much, he's been a bit lazy on his runs out wide. But Son and Mora have been the main outlets, and they've proven to be very potent when transitioning up the park. But yeah, playing it safe, Tottenham playing it safe at the moment. Man City have had more of the ball, and we have to see how Nuno and Guardiola adjust to the second half and see what tactics they're going to deploy for the second half. Back to you, Robbie.
All right, thanks. Big up Skegness Dave there with a little rundown of how that first half has gone. Getting into some more of your comments. Once again, thank you very much. The amount of comments we get on this game is incredible. We love when you guys interact with us. Major Brick says, Grealish was on goal and then he got pushed by Skip. Paul Burke says, Robbie, Grealish is just a normal player when around great players. No, I think he's... No?
No, I think there's too much salt being passed about here, you know what I mean? I think he's been really,
If there's
really
that
good
many
today.
people saying it, there
I
must
think-
be some truth to it. You know
What,
what I mean?
what do you think then?
Listen, the way I've seen it, he's had some nice touches, a few dribbles here and there, but he hasn't really affected the game, I think, the way 100
He's a danger
million
though,
player
isn't he?
would. He's a danger. He'll always be a danger. I think technically the way he's built and what he does on the ball, he's always going to be a danger. But it's being that, making that difference. That's what he's been signed for.
Daniel says, I agree, Jack is overrated. His best trait is drawing fouls, which City has plenty of players who can do that. The guy is not a double figures guy on the floor.
I'll say it's right. Pep Guardiola, the greatest manager of all time, thinks he's worth £100 million. So if he thinks he's worth 100 million, I think he's worth 100 million.
Yep.
Fair.
Okay.
Trust your man.
That's it. You got to back your manager, haven't you? Your manager's saying sign him 100 million, then you got to back him. There's no point in saying, oh no, he's not worth it. It's just, I don't think any City fan out there should be doubting Jack Grealish at all. You know what I mean? They should be getting behind him. And after that first half, I thought he was mega.
Fair.
Yeah,
Worth it?
yeah, definitely worth it. Yeah.
So that 100, throw another 50 on top, you get a Harry Kane. 150 million.
Listen, bare minimum. As I said, bare minimum. If you had him there with all three of them chances, if that Mahrez chance fell to Kane,
Yeah, that's true.
that's bread and butter right there. That's
true.
what you pay 100 plus for.
I think that's something,
Not
you know
drawing
what?
fouls.
When he says that, I think that is completely true, isn't it? Look at a few of those chances. Harry Kane gobbles those up, innit?
To be fair, I think that's harsh on Fernandinho.
You know, yeah,
get
because
the-
with
the
that chance of
Lloris-
Fernandinho, Lloris was coming out, he's got his
coming
glove
to
flying like
uppercut
that.
his head clean
yeah,
off.
yeah, cleaned off, you know what I mean? But I think this is the one. This is one of the big chances.
Yeah.
Which one was this one then?
Yeah, that.
Oh, this one,
Yeah, that
yeah,
was a
yeah.
chance.
That's the Cancelo.
Probably-
one, yeah.
Cancelo, he should have scored that.
He's got to hit that side.
To be
to
fair, to
score
even
that.
get in that position, look at it.
Got to get that on target, man. That's poor.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be, what's this, the Mahrez one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is the Mahrez one. Mahrez at back post there. Comes out to him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Come on, you've got
that's
to score
probably
that.
the best one because he's left-footed coming in. Oh, he just has to
Yeah.
get that on target. You know what? He hits that really hard. He doesn't need to
Yeah.
put that much power on that, does he? He just
almost
needs to
needs
get it
to
on
just-
target.
If that's Harry Kane, that's a 100%, that's a goal. Maxi says, good game from both sides, even if there's no goals in the first half. It all depends on who misses a step or is out of position in defence. It's been a quality game. It's been a quality game.
Yeah. I think as a unit, we've been defending very well as well.
Yeah.
Like the way Højbjerg and Skip have been screening and just protecting. They've almost, every time the wingers have got the ball, they've been the second body to come and press over. I think that's been good.
Paul Burke is saying, Robbie, I just don't think Grealish fits Pep Guardiola's system. Not saying that he's not a great player. I think he will fit the system though.
I'm interested to know, can he add anything else to that comment? Because what have you seen in this game that thinks he's not fit? I think he's fitted in absolutely perfectly.
The thing is, I think he's just. I look at him, I'm like, you've got Foden, you've got KDB, you've got Gundogan, you've got so many of those types of players. I just feel like I don't know if he was a necessity in that sense. I think maybe you should have tried to buy Kane first before you bought Grealish. I think it also set a dangerous standard when you paid 100 mil for him. It's like, if he's worth 100 mil, what the hell is Kane worth?
But they were saying, is it Pep Guardiola said it was easier to do, easier at 100 million, but easier to do because it was a release clause, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's why they did that one first. But then in a way, you think about it, well, then they could have done that at any time.
They could have done that at any time. That's the thing. If it's a
But I
release
guess,
clause, you can
but then I
activate that
guess
deadline
they're
day.
thinking to themselves, they just want to make sure that it's done before Villa get into him and he changes his mind. Gaetano says Gill is better than Grealish. That's the guy that you've bought. What have you, Brian Gill? What's he like?
That's a big statement. I haven't seen too much of him, to be honest. At the Olympics, I saw bits of him and he looks decent. But playing for Eibar last year, I'm not exactly watching bottom tier La Liga football. But they say he's a Spanish wonder kid, apparently, one of the best talents to come out of La Liga. So I'll be interested to see. I'm definitely sure he'll offer more than what Lamella's offered over the last 7 to 8 years. So get him on. I want to see him on at some point, to be honest. See what he's about.
Ix says Manchester City are overrated. Manchester is red.
Overrated? We won the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, reached the Champions League final, got to the FA Cup semi-final.
Key says Grealish is literally the Love Island Don. Another overrated City player, he says. Jordan Alford says Grealish is a baller, but he's not a massive upgrade on what City already have. Capil says Grealish is more of a marketing signing than a football signing. City wanted a global superstar face, which they lack compared to the other teams.
I don't necessarily disagree, and
him,
I've mentioned this a lot.
Grealish ain't a global superstar.
No, but no, he won't become a global. I think he'll become an English icon. Like I genuinely think that. That comment has some merit, but I do think that he's also a very, very good football player.
He's just a poster boy for England at the minute. Because England have always lacked those technical footballers. For once they've got one who they're happy with, and it's like, yo, they're pushing him to the front of everything. Gareth Southgate don't even fancy him. Sit on the bench for the whole Euros.
Ooh. R30 United says, please don't ever call Pep Guardiola the greatest manager of all time over Alex or Wenger.
He would have had a better case had he won that Champions League, but yeah.
Ahmadi Dabadi says, did I hear somebody say that Pep is the greatest manager of all time? You're the Man City version of Ty. You're not having this, right? Damien says, hey Robbie, why Arsenal haven't addressed the midfield? Can we not talk about Arsenal, right? We're here to talk about this game. Neil O'Callaghan says, the real reason Grealish was bought by City was to prevent him going anywhere to somewhere else next year. He's a great talent that would fit any team. Are you just hoarding?
I don't think we're hoarding. Bernardo Silva's leaving the football club. We needed to replace Bernardo Silva.
Centurion's 100 points says the release clause apparently expired last week. Grealish is the man of the match so far, he says.
Oh, I've heard that as well with Grealish. Apparently the release, that's come from a few different sources now. The release clause only lasted up until a certain point because Aston Villa didn't want to end up selling him in, like, let's say, like the last 2 weeks of the transfer window. Because obviously, like Kane, you don't want to sell them really, ideally, in the last 2 weeks. So apparently I've heard that from a few people. DJ Rampant says Grealish doesn't score or assist, sod all. All he does is try to run for everybody. Well, they're really coming for Grealish,
Cage baller, I'm telling you.
Well, I'd have Grealish. I'd have Grealish all day long in my team, trust me.
You got Emil Smith-Rowe.
Huh?
You got Emil Smith-Rowe.
Yeah, but
You're
Grealish.
cooking something
No,
there.
no, I love Smith-Rowe, but Grealish is a baller, man.
You.
Grealish is a baller. Can says Nuno's setting you up the same as Mourinho did. He says, where is the change? Sit back, concede chances, and pray for long balls. And he says, Gilly's quality, a classic winger type. But he's not happy with how Nuno's setting you up. But it's Man City, isn't it?
Firstly, it's Man City. This worked against City last year as well with Jose. And guess what? We all knew this when we signed up with Nuno. We were getting mini Jose, essentially.
You happy with Nuno? Was you happy with that?
It's not even a matter of being happy, to be honest. When he's your 13th choice candidate, you've just got to take what you're given, essentially, because we've tried to go after the managers we want. They're just not there. They're just not available or not interested. And Nuno, the thing is, I actually respect the job he's done at Wolves, even though last year was a bit of a drop-off. I think he could do a job brilliantly, and he's actually I've said he's Wolves' Pochettino equivalent. I would have said what Pochettino was for us, he was for Wolves. He took them up from the Championship and got them qualifying back-to-back 7th place. I think the key things that I'm seeing here is what I wanted him to bring was the solid defence and a mental toughness as well. I think Jose had that initially when he gave that spark, but it just started to kind of come undone towards the end.
Levi says, if Harry Kane is made to stay at Spurs, do you think he could have his worst ever season at Spurs? He says Sancho was affected at Dortmund when he didn't go to United. That's a good point.
Sancho, who's just coming up, wanting his first big move, and Harry Kane, who's a seasoned vet and country captain. For me,
who also wants his big move.
100%.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a
World Cup year. I feel like he will sulk 2 months.
World Cup year is next year.
No, that's this year. World Cup 22 is round the corner.
Huh?
It's round the corner, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's next year, isn't it? It's next year in the winter.
Oh snap! It is in November, isn't it?
It's next year. Right, not this year.
I'm gonna have to flip that narrative, you know.
So that what you're dreaming.
We're in the mud.
I know you're dreaming. So you're dreaming and hoping that might be a factor.
I was hoping that would be the motivating factor. Nah, listen. I still think Harry Kane is professional enough that if he was to stay, he would get his shooting boots on. Now, I'm not saying obviously, will he have his worst year ever? I don't know. I mean, what's his worst year going to be? 16, 17 league goals. I'll take that. But I'll definitely expect Son to step up as well. I'll expect Moura to step up while they're gone. And man, replacing Kane ain't ever going to be an easy thing, but it's going to have to happen at some day.
Yeah, listen, every player leaves in the end. Here's a question. He's coming back from his toilet break. Philippe says, this question for you, Lewis. He said, would City have purchased Grealish if Messi had left Barcelona earlier?
I don't know, you know, because...
You don't know. Come on.
Well, I don't know because,
What do you mean you don't know?
We went in for Grealish twice. You know, I think that's well publicly known that City have gone in for Grealish twice, and for whatever reason, we couldn't get that deal over the line. And I just think, would they have gone in for him properly for a third time? Maybe, because it's a free transfer, and, you know...
And he's the best player in the world.
Yeah. Look, I would have loved to have seen him in this City team, but I just think it got to the point where, you know, what is he, 34?
Come on.
But he's a free transfer.
We don't doubt greatness.
Yeah.
Messi, look at that, number 10. Would you rather see 10 Grealish or 10 Messi?
Oh, is that not a rhetorical question? Oh, I judged that.
No, that's a direct question. You know which one you'd want to see.
Look, I think everyone would have loved to have seen Messi, you know, at the football club. You know what I mean? Just for the spectacle, it would have been mint to have Messi, but no doubt it would have been his short-term option. You know, he's 34.
All you need is the Champions League.
Mate, when Phil Bardsley goes through
wins you the
Lionel
Champions
Messi,
League.
mate, that's not going to be good, that.
Lawrence says Grealish in 8 will take so much heat off of De Bruyne, and will alleviate both of them. Will elevate both of them in attack. Right, we're back underway for for the second half, and it's Manchester City kicking off. Let's hope that the second half is as entertaining as the first, but with goals. We just need goals in this game now, I think.
That's all it's missing.
Mistake there already.
See, now I would have maybe subbed off Dele for Lo Celso. I would have maybe subbed Dele.
You would have took Dele Alli off at half time?
Yeah, man.
Who
Very
you brought
ineffective
on
on the
situation?
ball or off the ball. Like, his pressing towards those last 5 minutes was awful.
I agree, but I think he's trash, mate. I would have got rid, but it would be like the natural replacement then for Dele Alli.
I think Lo Celso would have to be with what we've got at the minute, but we'd have to go back into the market for
How
sure.
did he do last
I think
year,
Sabitzer would have been a great option, but he's obviously at Bayern now.
Is that?
1 year left on his contract. Sabitzer at RB
Sabitzer,
Leipzig,
yeah. I'm surprised no one's gone in for him, man.
15 million.
Yeah.
And I said, Bayern Munich are just going to now have him on a bench for about 20
Oh, has he
games
gone to
this season.
Bayern?
Yeah, he's gone to Bayern, 15 million.
He's quality. Well, here's another chance here for Tottenham. This is it.
Come on,
this
please.
is a chance here for Tottenham.
Oh,
and that was going into...
Great defending
That's
from
brilliant
Diaz.
from Ruben Diaz.
That was going into Son.
Absolutely
You said
brilliant.
earlier, Laporte, top 5 centre-backs in the world.
Yeah.
You truly believe that?
I think-
Do you think he's better than Diaz?
I think he's got more to his game than Diaz, but I think we need... Listen,
Why
I
has he
think-
never played?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't like, and I used to rate Laporte very highly, but I think
I still think
defensively
Laporte's
there's question marks over it. I think as a ball-playing modern-day centre-back, he is the prototype. But defensively, I think there's question marks over him. I rate Diaz way higher, personally.
Yeah, I think Diaz is better. He's more of a leader at the back as well.
I think all-round player, I think Laporte is better than any centre-back we've got, but he just doesn't, you know, for whatever reason, you know, he's not showing that at the moment. City coming forward.
And he can come to the lane anytime he changes his mind.
Ooh.
Going inside, don't be silly
This
now.
is brilliant there by
Why
Son.
are you not letting it go?
It's so good, Son. Do you reckon he could actually become better now? If Kane leaves, do you reckon he could take on that sort of leadership?
He'll be the man, won't he?
Yeah, do you reckon he could do that?
He'll have to, but I don't know. I think in all honesty, I think Son is playing at his max level. Like, he's getting us on average about 20 odd goals in all competitions.
You don't think he's got
12,
like another
15
level?
assists.
Oh,
I think that's
look
it.
at nutmeg
maxing
there.
out.
That's good, Paul. Come on. Out wide. Come on, Jackie.
There's an overlap here.
That's a good ball! That's a good
great
ball! Oh!
Fuck.
Oh, that was Jack Grealish again. Oh, great ball.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's him.
Oh,
Nice.
he did it in.
Yeah, he's got to hit him there.
Great tackle, but
he's
he's
down
got
as
drop
well.
back down.
Get back up. Come on, man.
Oh, it's
No,
wide
no,
open now
no.
for,
Yeah, he
and he's
jacked
shanked it wide.
I want to see that
Lucas
chance
Moura.
again. I think
Ahmadi Dabadou says, who's had the best transfer window so far? And has Bruno taken over the best midfielder as the best midfielder now that KDB is in decline?
Decline? Where's that come from? Decline.
Best transfer window so far?
Are we talking European here? Because I don't think you can look too much past.
Was Sterling
I'd say-
in there? But
You
it's
can't
a
look too
weak
much
shot.
past PSG,
You know, I think
can you?
could be the best transfer.
It's PSG. If you go in Europe,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
PSG.
yeah.
I mean,
That's easy.
Hakimi, Ramos on a free, Messi on a free,
Donnarumma on a free.
Donnarumma on a free.
I genuinely think Chelsea, you know.
It's ridiculous.
I genuinely think Chelsea have done a madness getting Lukaku in.
Lukaku, yeah.
I think that's big.
I think that's a
For their title
big,
bid,
big move
massive.
for them.
You lot should be nervous.
Man United as well. Varane and Jadon Sancho. That's a good
They
window.
still lack though. I still think
Yeah.
they lack a few players. I really do.
They're still missing one
Oh,
or
they
two
look
pieces, I think.
very bloody good yesterday. I'll tell you that.
Leeds did the same thing with Liverpool last year as well, though, didn't they?
Other than that, you
They
know, there's
beat
not really much.
It's been a quiet window apart
I'm still
from
surprised at
the
Liverpool,
real
mate.
mega deals.
What are Liverpool doing?
I think one of the best deals could be Buendia to Villa. Like individual deals.
Yeah, lost yesterday, innit, Villa? That was a surprise.
Yeah.
I thought they was going to win the
What?
Premier League within 2 or 3 years. Me, I was surprised. To be honest, that's what the Villa fans.
Buendia's good, but they've lost Grealish. You know what I mean, Buendia would have been brilliant if they kept Grealish. But now,
Leon Bailey might.
yeah.
He's a good player, Leon Bailey. Deal with that.
Palace,
Deal with that.
Palace are an interesting one as well. They're going for a lot of young talent.
Yeah,
it
I
seems.
think that's a big risk there for Palace.
Well in,
I'm not
Riyadh.
too sure.
That's
Vieira
a
as
foul,
well.
ref.
I fear a bit for Vieira, man.
Because they've got a rough start as well, those first
Yeah,
2
just
months.
going for all young players.
Who's that?
Palace.
Vieira at Palace.
Oh, Palace. Yeah. Who's their manager now?
Reyners says, Lewis, your City Extra crew are in the chat, mate.
Yes, Renners. Yes, City Extra crew. Nice, you got my back in it. Well, I've got to say,
Come on, man.
I'm not
That's
getting as much
twice
hate
they
as
fouled
last
son
week.
like that.
Huh?
Last week was brutal.
Yeah.
You dragged me on, right, for the first time on the Don Robbie channel. I was like, this would be nice, won't it? Talk a bit of football, have a bit of a conversation.
Yeah.
What is this City fan talking about?
That's
What
'cause
is this
you- no,
open,
yeah.
this open?
It was your fault because you went in on the Man United fans, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, what I mean, what did you expect?
Oh, you came in like
They
literally
came
all
for
guns
you.
blazing.
I wasn't even that bad, bro. I was just like pretty chilled out. And then the next thing, I was like, Robbie, I'm under fire here, bro. Take the heat off me.
It's like even yesterday, oh, that was poor. Even yesterday, during the Man United game, Abby was on, and she made some comments about Pogba, and they came for her, man.
Yeah.
They came for her hard, the
Pogba
United
FC,
fans.
yeah, you can't talk to them.
They came for her.
You can't. Pogba has the most die-hard fans
Yeah.
I've ever seen online.
I'm a Blue Dabadai says KDB is getting old and only plays half of his matches now. He's injured half of the season.
Still better player than Bruno, right?
You know, you used to have that sort of die-hard supporters as well, like when Ozil was at Arsenal. Don't say nothing.
You can't say
You
there's
say
certain-
anything bad about Ozil, mate, you got people coming for you hard.
like those people love that player more than the club. That's what you don't understand.
they loved him, man.
I'll be honest with you, Grealish is like that as well. Grealish has got his own little fan club online.
I like Grealish, though. I do rate him.
I think it's also because it was very easy.
You know what it
because
is
he
with
played that.
Grealish, right? It's that I love that direct style of running at players, and that is like it's exciting.
Good
Yeah.
player though from Spurs, this.
This is good from Spurs.
Oh,
Here's a
oh,
chance.
come
Here's
on.
a chance for Spurs. And oh, that was a poor touch.
Oh, Bergwijn sleeping.
And again, another chance.
I dealt with that. Oh, no, that's poor.
Hey,
No,
what?
Spurs again.
get up the
Oh!
box! My days. Need to get a grip of that.
You see, that's where you're missing Harry Kane.
This is good.
That's where you're missing Harry Kane in
Yeah,
there.
100%.
See, like
We're
there.
playing well, man.
Yeah.
Oh, 5'6".
That's
gone
where you're
wrong.
missing Harry Kane. It's a very even game now. This could. I see.
Is he fucking just throwing it straight to the
Tottenham player?
Go on, hit it.
Oof, that could have went anywhere. This is a good period of the game for Tottenham at the moment.
Come on, Blues, get the ball up the pitch. I don't know what Raheem Sterling has for his breakfast, mate, but he's had no minutes in pre-season at all, and you know, he's been alright, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's looked sharp.
Went all the way to the final, extra time, everything.
Apparently,
and
he
lost it. Must be drained.
Yeah, he apparently doesn't need a pre-season. He can just come straight back. And some players are like that, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
They can just come straight back in. That's a cracking ball.
That's a ball out.
What a touch as well from Jack Grealish. And Jackie. Who's there?
He's also not had a pre-season ready, has he? Jack Grealish. It's well defended there by Dyer. He's well. Oh, here's a chance of the counter-attack again. They look very quick on the counter.
Stand him.
But there's a lot of blue shirts back now.
Stand him.
Son cutting in.
Oh!
What a goal by Son!
It's just typical.
Oh, what a goal that was by Son!
This guy,
my
man.
God.
Fucking loves it, man.
What a finish!
I said in the first half, that
Just loves
kind
playing
of
it,
far
Sus.
post is Son vintage.
What a goal!
Ooh!
That was a brilliant finish, I've got to
foot
say.
hammer!
Who needs Harry Kane, they're saying?
Harry who?
You can just write it, couldn't you? That is exactly how we was going to concede.
It's been coming.
Nice one,
It's been coming
Sonny.
on the counter-attack, it's been coming. 1-0 to Tottenham. It's that man Son.
He loves a goal against us, you know.
Yeah.
Proper does.
Hey.
And now all of those chances that City missed, they're paying for.
Look at
Again,
that, that's gone from
on the
box to
counter-attack,
box.
right on the from the other box, played into Son.
Yo,
It's a fantastic finish. To measure that right in the
From
corner.
there. Oh, Edison's sleeping. I'm sorry, that's poor.
Is it? I don't know about that, bro. I think that's a sick goal.
From his weaker foot. He
wraps
probably
it-
thought Diaz was going to get something on that.
He wraps it right round.
Should the keeper do better? He doesn't even move for it, does he?
Literally.
Oh, man. I'm putting that down to a Son goal, innit? You know what I mean? A sick goal.
1-0 to Tottenham. Wow. I told you. I said that this is the right time.
Hey, if this is me being wrong, let me be wrong every day of my life. Hey.
Got to take your chances.
Maxi says, forget Kane.
Kane who? Harry who?
Go on, Raz.
Is there Sterling in the box there?
There's no one in the box, though. Like,
Well
there's three
defended.
people in the box, and they're all small. So what's he even meant to do in that situation?
Tony Starks says, how are you talking about Laporte, better footballer than defender? That's exactly Edison. And Growler Prowler says, don't forget to recycle your plastic at the end of the game, Robbie. Says a huge
I'm
trial of
recycled
trash
already.
left. Says, big up Fuad, my brother. He says, come on, you lot. They've been, you guys have been brilliant on the counter-attack.
Is that Dele Alli? Let me cool off on the Dele Alli slum for a minute.
What's Edison? He's got to, mate. He's not even dive, does
Yeah,
he?
he literally does
Should
not
he
even
not,
move.
not even a dive there?
If he dives for that, he gets that.
I was putting that down
Best
to a
to be
6
safe
on
than
goal.
sorry,
to be
man.
honest. Should he have died? I don't know. I just think it's a mince on goal. I'm just saying Son is sick. And this is why I was like, why is he staying at Spurs, mate? He's so much better than Spurs. This guy's going to be playing Europa Conference League or whatever it's called, mate. Like, that's a disgrace. He should be playing in
He should be in the
Champions
Champions
League,
League.
mate.
He's quality.
He's the next one to go next year.
Look, they're lining him up as well. Son,
You can dream on, mate.
Son in for Morris.
That new deal? No, whoa. No. No Morris, please. See, now I just hope we don't sit too deep.
Corner
like,
two,
keep the
City.
two up front. We still need that counter.
The problem is, like, when the ball goes out to Ben Mendy there, you're just thinking to yourself, this is going to have to be something mega special for us to get a goal.
You haven't got a striker.
That literally came from that left-hand side you were saying as well. That Mendy and Aki on that side. You can't be letting Son cut in. Weaker foot. Whew.
Official Moxie says, very early doors, but with how competitive this league can be, this could be a huge 3 points for either team. Good point. Here's Gundogan with the corner.
Fans are loving it.
That's so poor.
That's a poor corner.
So poor.
Come on, man.
It does me head in when you're seeing corners like Son's putting in. I speak about Son so much in this game, like, but he's actually a mega player. The corners that he was putting in before, power, pace, accuracy, and ours are just like near post.
Got to put it in a dangerous area.
Nathan Donnelly says, Fuad, Roman said 20 million and a Benz for Son. You can't deny that sort of cream, bro.
Tell him, hey, yo, for Son it's 100 at the minimum, starting price.
Well, it's a good ball in.
Hey, that's a
But
great...
again, no one really in there on the end of it. This is, I'll tell you, I can kind of see where Harry Kane will do well in this team.
Listen,
with what
Harry,
they
I hope you're
provide.
watching.
Maxi says, like I said before, one defensive misstep and they're in. And we saw it.
Trust me. With Dyer and Sanchez at the back as well, one misstep is literally 2 seconds away.
Come on.
This ball's fallen to
Come on.
Mahrez, has whipped it
Someone
back in
there?
there. There's a chance.
Hey,
Go on,
come
Ake.
on, clear it!
Ake on the...
Well done,
Lloris dealt with
Hook
it, and it's away.
Deal
And the
with
counter-attack
this.
chance here.
On him!
He just looks.
Pressure.
He just doesn't look confident at all.
What are you doing? Come on.
Mora there is playing
What a
well.
tackle.
Oh, and that's
That's
fallen
gotta
through.
be
This is the
booking.
Bergwijn
Come
for
on.
the second goal. He's
my
missed
God.
it. He's missed it. That was the big chance to make it 2-0 and probably the 3 points, and he's put it wide, Bergwijn. Or Bergwijn.
Should have backed there.
Yo!
He's got to score that.
You've got to finish that.
Go on,
Oh,
Jackie.
clear by Grealish.
That's a beautiful play. Come on. No one up there. No one up there.
There you go.
He's got to
there
go
you
back
go.
every
Go
time.
backwards. Ain't got no-
That was the big one.
Hey, Bergwijn.
Tottenham are playing very well in the second half.
Energy when we go forward. We're going together. Look, 2s and 3s minimum.
Again, look at the numbers they've got there.
Don't take your time, bro. Composure.
They're just running through the City midfield. I think City needs to make a change, Lewis. You're getting overrun here.
First half, Fernandinho's been left on an island, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, the problem is we can make a change, but I don't. Without a striker, it's mad that we're in this position. It really is. But in these games where we're really struggling to break down or whatever, especially in the second half, obviously we created a chance in the first half. It just shows the lack of a striker. It really does.
See it.
Well, that's a good ball. Then again, nobody attacking that box. Nobody attacking that box.
That's gone out, surely. Throw in. Well played, ref. This referee's had a cracking game. Come on.
Gaetano says too ticky-tacky.
Who's at City?
Yeah.
I think the problem is though, because we have no striker, they almost are forced into that, because what else are they meant to do?
Yeah, when you, as I said, the striker attacks those areas in the box, and if you don't have that, you've got to
then end up just like doing these little
pinpoint.
passes,
So
don't
everything's
you?
got to be pinpoint.
Yeah.
And so far, Tottenham have dealt with it well. They've defended well, to be fair.
Second half, they've been
In
a
the second half,
different team.
they did get away with it. A bit fortunate in the first half,
There's a couple of crosses, that's all they've been dangerous from. But
and they're dealing with these
done well,
crosses pretty easily.
And I said when Skip came back, I initially thought that Nuno might go down that route of the double pivot, just screening in front. And Ndombele's going to have to work to get back. Well, Dele Alli gives him an option, but...
Oh, he's lost the
It's
ball
just-
there.
Oh, Dele Alli's won it.
Mahrez has lost the ball. And here again, that counter-attack again that we've seen all game from Tottenham is working. Look at the overlap there. Look at why did he play it there? Why did he play it there? He just had to play it out wide.
Literally. I think he thought maybe he
Tony
was going
Starr
to
says
run into it.
Tanganga has been unbelievable. That's 2 chances you guys have had now to secure the bag, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you haven't. Might regret that a bit like what City did in the first half. Well, now City are on the attack again now. It's another corner for Manchester City. Tanganga again. He's been
Monster.
everywhere. He has played very well.
Has he been booked yet?
This is the chance they're just showing here, the chance that Bergwijn missed. There was another mistake there. And he's got to do better there. That was a poor finish.
I think he takes a bit too long. He needs to go cross goal.
Yeah. You're a forward player, man. You've got to score that. You're one-on-one. Got to at least hit the target, haven't you?
That's just trash, innit? Let's all be honest with that. Let's all be honest. That's just trash.
Another corner.
It's just rubbish. If you're going to put the ball in the box from a short corner, is it not just worth putting the ball in the box from the corner?
I always say that. I hate short corners.
Can't be had.
Right, corner to Man City. What can they do with this? Nothing. Or can they?
It's still bouncing around.
Oh, no.
It's another corner, is it?
Oh.
I know it's not. 63 minutes gone, it's 1-0 to Tottenham. Can you get back in this one, Lewis?
I think we can get back in it, but I think it's going to be some like scruffy goal. You know what I mean?
Samo Sammy making a good point. He says Nuno's record against Pep Guardiola is ridiculous. It's true. Even when he was at Wolves, didn't he? He used to do all right sometimes against
But he plays this football. We struggle against teams that are good teams that decide to sit back against us and then try and hit us on the break. You look at it, United. We struggle against United a lot because what do? They know they can't go toe to toe with us, and this is why we're so successful against Arsenal, because Arsenal decide to play against us all the time. Well, if you play against us, we'll beat you.
I noticed that with United last year, especially.
United go, well, we can't go toe to toe.
They'd always hit you on the counter, and you lot would suffer because of that. But I think you lot could have easily had the chances to go up. This is the difference. Where City are normally very potent and kill teams off, you lot haven't done that today.
Official Moxie says referee setting a precedent so far, very lenient. And Alex says City's every team struggles against teams that score against them. Spurs at home always seem to do all right, you know. So Tony Stark says, Robbie, do you have another 50 million for Dyer? He's had a good game today, Dyer, hasn't he? Gets criticised a lot by Tottenham fans, but he's been all right, hasn't he?
I thought we'd gone over.
Thing with Dyer is he'll have like 4 or 5 games where he's playing solid.
Yeah.
But then he could potentially follow that up with another 4 or 5 where he literally costs you the game.
Yeah. What was that?
Shit.
What are they doing? This is a poor. He's been poor today, Cancelo, isn't he?
Yeah. Second half, we've been proper rubbish. Come on, Jackie, you need to do something special.
To me, he's been about one of your better players.
Foul.
That's a foul.
Is he going to get him in a book? You're not booking him. Look, he's injured now. £100 million player injured. Too lenient.
Always kicking off.
Go on, Mora! Give it 10!
Just book him, referee. You're causing this. And this is what happens when you're too lenient. The players get frustrated. Lucas knows exactly what he was.
Lucas Moura in the book.
Some energy. Oh no. Not Grealish falling over again over the slightest touch. Oh. Get the medics.
You didn't think that was a foul?
One thing I've noticed is Grealish will never contend for a shoulder to shoulder. He doesn't allow the opportunity. Like we've almost forgotten that there used to be such a thing as a shoulder to shoulder.
Cancelo, mate, has been so poor in this game.
He's been shocking, Cancelo.
And he should have scored.
Commitment! I love it.
Spread that. Go wide. That's the ball.
Tanganga.
He's had a big game.
Listen, make sure to let Sterling out of the pocket after the game.
Yeah, I think it's time for a change for City.
Thing is, I thought Sterling for the first 5-10 minutes was looking good against Tanganga, so I thought it was going to be a long day for him. Since then, he's just adjusted and shut him up.
Ball. Oh, go on, that's good. That's good play. That's good play.
Come on.
But you flick those balls in, there's no one there.
There's no
really.
point. It's almost pointless doing that. Have we got Gabby Jesus on the bench, probably? You said before.
He's here.
He is there, yeah.
So you do have a striker.
He's probably a better option for.
City wanting too much time around the box there, and they're not getting it. That was a lovely pass. That was by Mahrez. But what they're going to do with it? Too many touches again.
Yeah, ticky-tacky.
Well, that's a foul though.
That is a foul.
That's a foul to City. Dele Alli's gone down. Players are going to start getting fatigued in this. I mean, they've both put a lot of effort into this, especially Tottenham, and it is the first game of the season. So you are going to see some fatigue now starting to come into it. Players starting to get tired. 22 minutes left. Can City get a goal back?
There he is.
Here is Jesus coming on.
That's a good move.
At last, a striker.
Switch on now. Switch on now.
Torres coming off. It's been non-existent, isn't he?
You'd think so. And this is what I said before the game, Robbie. I said, if he's not scoring goals, he won't affect the game. Like, on a real, I'd rather have a one-on-one chance. I'd rather have Torres than Jesus. But the problem is, Torres, if he's not getting them chances, he's not going to do anything. You're playing with 10 men. And that is one of the problems with Torres as a striker. At least Gabby will drop in and try and help out a little bit. But I think it is time for changes. Both teams, to be fair, are looking a little bit tired.
You've got De Bruyne as well, haven't you, on the bench? So
De Bruyne's on there. But again, if there's no one in the middle.
Yeah.
That's a problem if you bring him on.
This is surely too central.
This seems a bit too far out to have a crack from here, isn't it?
Seems
way too far out. But he's going to have a crack, no?
Oh, it's gone wide.
Ooh, training ground piece.
Training ground. Oh, he missed it! How did he miss that?
This is a joke, man.
Another one. Ferran Torres with an open goal.
Yo, we should have panned you. No real, like, honestly.
An open goal and he's missed it. That's the chance number 4.
Ooh. How have we not scored in this game? That's a joke.
How has he missed that?
He's on.
It's an open goal.
Is he going for that with his left foot as well? He's right-footed. Why didn't he just tap that in?
Oh,
yeah,
that's dreadful. That is
Torres,
really poor.
for it.
Honestly, how we're losing this game is beyond me. Jeez.
So Raheem Sterling is coming off. Like you said, he's hardly played. He's had no pre-season.
Yeah.
So he's coming to pitch. Harry Evans says, unlucky City. Not much you can do when you with your lack of spending. And cheap owners need to buy another winger. And big up Sammy Butler. So Jesus is on. 20 minutes to go. City have missed so many chances in this game. They could have been out of sight, but they didn't take them, and they have got severely punished. This is what happens in the Premier League. It's what we love about it. And Tottenham look dangerous every time they're on that counter. Here they come again.
This stinks of a 2-0, doesn't it? Come on.
Oh, his Son kept that in. They look sharper around the box than you guys, don't they?
I think it's that front three because they're not having to drop back so much and track back.
Yeah, they look sharper around the box. And remember, they're playing without a striker as well.
I think that was the difference between Nuno and Jose. Jose's was always asking of the wingers to track all the way back. And that was taxing on them when they're trying to get back up.
Used to be a massive win for Nuno.
Yeah, I think it's that. This is huge for Spurs. This is huge for Spurs.
Oh,
Go on, that's good. That's good. Oh,
again, the poor ball. Remember what I said?
Good.
I said you want to catch City now. They look a bit undercooked. Look at that pass. The sharpness is not there.
I love it.
Shout out to Dele Alli.
Dele, please just be sensible now. He loves these corner flag tricks.
Sammy Butler says Grealish is getting booed every time he touches the ball. Feel bad for the lad after his efforts in the summer, but big money, big expectations.
Why is he getting booed for? That makes no sense.
Well, name of the game.
They know he's a danger, innit? So. And plus as well, because he's won so many free kicks probably. So.
You got to remember, once upon a time, he was supposed to sign for us for 15 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're struggling now. We are proper struggling. Can't get over the ball.
Tottenham are looking so much stronger at the moment than.
This is madness.
Stupid foul there.
Mora.
Oh, was he offside?
Still got the ball.
That was a free kick, wasn't it? I thought it was a free kick by Mendy. It was.
Yeah.
Stupid foul. Why do players do that?
When they're going away from goal.
Guys going away from goal, going nowhere, you just go run in the back of him.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you got some of these players that are very good at sort of stopping Harry Kane does that very well, doesn't he? He runs and he just stops and makes you fall into him. But what a stupid foul to give away for an experienced player like that.
Ruben Diaz pulling his shorts.
Right, what can they do from this?
Give him an extra leap.
This is a good position. If somebody can get their head on it for Tottenham.
We've done well.
And it's a good delivery. That could go anywhere.
Come on!
That could have went anywhere. And again, look at
Back out wide, back out wide.
the recovery to win the second ball. They've just got more energy at the moment than Man City.
Okay, you've got to be better than that. You can't just be hoofing the ball up there.
Certainly, nothing else has worked. No, why not?
Jesus
Mix
isn't
it up.
exactly a target man, though. That's the thing.
Jesus is on the wing.
Oh, wow. So your only qualified striker is being put on the wing.
Yeah.
Always
That's
a
a
chance.
chance. Go on, take
It's
it.
Grealish.
Oh!
Yeah.
Straight at the goalkeeper.
Headband man.
That was a chance there for Grealish.
Oh,
Should he have cut it back?
behind? Sanchez.
No one there.
So it's a tight angle to score from there, isn't it?
Left foot as well.
Like Loris has done
All
well
you can
there,
do from there is just test the keeper, innit? Which is what he did.
that's it.
So, well, again, Spurs stronger in that area, in that midfield area. They're winning the midfield battle. They're
Come on.
I'll tell you what, Lewis, I think you're lucky they ain't got Kane playing today. But they could have a couple.
Look at that.
Well,
You definitely need Kane.
12 shots with
When I'm
34%.
watching it. I mean, listen, you got away with it last year. Well, not exactly got away with it. You did it last year without a striker, but I feel
like,
now.
don't you think though, last year there was a lack of competition as well? Whereas this year, I feel like the teams are better equipped at the top. I feel like United are better than they were last year.
Yeah.
I feel like Chelsea are better than they were last year.
But then,
coming
you know,
off the Champions League as well, and that Tuchel's been getting it over Pep over the last couple of games. So I don't know. I really think City need to go all in for Kane.
You guys, if you win this today, probably not good for the Kane
We're
deal.
forcing their hand, I guess.
But it's not good for the Kane deal because now they'd be like, every City fan, every City expert is going to be saying, we need a striker, we need a striker, we need a striker. Now they probably, the owners will probably be like, yo, listen, just get it done, man. Get it done. We
If
need
there
it.
was any doubt in spending 150 million or whatever it was, there will be no doubt after this.
It's like a double whammy, isn't it?
Literally.
You beat City, but the owners are there like, get it done. They get on the phone
Hey,
to Pep.
who
Yo,
knows?
get it done, man.
Maybe this was Pep's master
Don't matter how
plan.
much, if it's 200 million, they get it done.
I think that's what I would do now, though, if I was Daniel Levy. I'd just throw in an extra 10 mil just for the sake of it.
You like, building
just
up to-
because now I know how desperate you are. I've seen it live in front of my eyes. How the stench. Put on an extra
Ayush
20.
says 100 million for Grealish, 40 million for Ake, and 50 million for Mendy. Great spending, lads.
Whew. Magnifico.
Yeah, but they won the league last year. And they won every, I mean, so. KDB time?
The problem is, Robbie, I don't see the point. Unless you're going to we don't have a striker, you know what I mean? KDB's good, but...
It's like Grealish is playing as the most central player now.
Yeah, I think Grealish is playing as the false nine. And then Jesus is out left.
I don't know. I don't even know.
KDB weren't too bad in the false nine last year, though.
It's so demoralising, you know. I know it's pretty mad given that how well we did last year, and like, other fans would be like, what are you going about? Well, it's so demoralising in games like this where you don't have a striker. Like, who do you look up to score you a goal? Like, you guys look up to, like, you obviously did look up to Kane, innit, before you come to City. You guys look up to Albert, you know what I mean? United look up to Cavani, Chelsea look up to Lukaku. Who am I looking up to get me a goal? No one, because I don't have a strike on the pitch.
And I think it's games like this that make you frustrated with the tiki-taka style, where you're just thinking, we're passing almost for the passing's sake.
And that's why
But you've had chances.
That's why, bro, when Robbie's like, oh, is it time for KDB? I'm like, what's the fucking point, man? Because what's he going to do?
The thing with KDB is he's amazing in that final ball, or putting the ball in dangerous places where you almost force the winger or the striker to make the move, if that makes sense.
He is. You are right. He's coming on now with Zinchenko.
He's coming on now with Zinchenko
This
as
is
well.
the roll of the dice, but
The twins.
you've got to have that striker instinct. You know what I mean?
Mahrez coming off.
Yeah, I think Mahrez has been poor today, to be honest.
Yeah,
he's usually dangerous.
The chance he missed in the first half was very poor.
Gilt edge, man.
He probably should have scored that. Yeah, that was. He looked like on second replay. It just looked like he went to hit that ball too hard. He just needed to hit the ball and get it on target. He looked like
for someone of his quality, that's an easy chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing amazing towards the end of last season as well.
And Mendy's gone off, so Zinchenko on for Mendy, Kevin De Bruyne on for Mahrez. Luckily for the rest of the league this season, you can only make 3 subs. Because last year, when you could make 5 subs and City were bringing on
ridiculous.
the sort of players they were bringing on, I mean, it was beyond a joke. But here's another chance here for Tottenham.
Yo!
Oh! Just wide there from Son. He's been unreal today.
He's saying, put the
He's got
franchise
such
on me.
quality, man.
He's got a corner.
Oh,
By the looks of it, I think.
who did that come off? Did that slightly come off the
I tell you
boot?
what, how did they see that was a corner, but the one in the first half where it clearly hit whoever it was, they said it was no. It's bizarre, isn't it? Bizarre.
And his corners have been very good today, Son.
Doing very good. Yeah.
The way he's been whipping them in. Here it comes.
Good hands, good hands. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on.
They're giving the ball away again, there, City.
It's rubbish, isn't it? It's proper rubbish.
That was offside.
Oh, that's one of the most annoying things to see as a football fan. You know what I mean? When the referee's like, oh, we just move the ball back, you know what I mean? 10 minutes to go, let's see what we've got in the locker.
10 minutes to go. Fuad is just chilled. Look at him. He's chilled, man. He weren't like that at the start of the game, you know what I mean? He said they were going to get pumped 3-1.
Hey, I said we'd get 1. City should have got there 3.
Ooh, that was a great clearance there. Who did that?
Dyer.
Eric Dyer. Jesus.
Mate, what are these defenders just turning into like world-class
Wow,
players all of a
he-
sudden?
They learnt from last time.
Mate,
They got
joke.
put on their heads.
And the Tottenham fans not giving De Bruyne the ball back.
We don't need to give it to him. Come get it. Come get it.
See, typical them Tottenham fans. Give him the ball back. Yeah, what's wrong with you, lot, man? Right, here it comes.
Go on, Kev. Please put a good ball in.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry, that's embarrassing. That is actually embarrassing. This guy, if anyone's not watching this game, I'd love to just tell you what happened. Kevin De Bruyne has just floated the ball out to the edge of the box, where from the edge of the box, Cancelo has tried to head the ball in the goal.
You can't make this up.
That is actually the truth. If you're not watching it, that is not a lie. That is the truth. We've just tried to score by heading the ball from the edge of the box into the net.
Pep was not happy about that, you can see.
It's just put the ball in the box, man. 10 minutes left, we're losing. Just put the ball in the box, man.
Tony Beat says, calm down. Surely you're not going to be back in for another week and another defeat for City. You won't come back.
Bad luck, Charles.
I won't be coming back if you didn't have these beers, Bobby. I won't be back.
Lewis won't be back, mate. And that's poor again from City. It's just not coming. Listen, I called it. I said that this is the right time to play City for me.
You did still.
Doherty coming on.
And even how we'd set up.
New
to
lease
be
of
fair.
life for him. Remember, he was a Nuno player, wasn't he, when he was at Wolves?
But do you know the issue I had was at Wolves he was in a 5
Tanganga coming
and a
off.
wing back. Why?
Yo, that's a dodgy move, that,
That's
no?
a surprise.
That's not. That was a move that does not need to happen.
Unless he's absolutely
I think he might be carrying on.
knackered, which he doesn't. You know, he's walking around.
He's been on.
Nah, he's walking around well fast.
Why'd they take him off for?
Nah, let him get the ovation.
Him and your
man.
best player. Well,
Let him get the ovation.
Him and Son been the 2 best players. Well, that's a bad foul. That ain't that Mora?
Yeah, he's already on a booking, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's to watch himself.
Well, Tottenham are already putting the effort in now. 8 minutes to go. Looks like my weekend's going to get even longer. Right now, Tottenham are going to win. Right.
This is perfect. You know how it goes as well, isn't it? It's like in the WWE, when the heavyweight champ fights someone else, when he loses, we're essentially Premier League champions after this.
Oh, God. No, you know what I mean? Getting beat in the first game of the season.
Eddie R says, well, I can tell you what it's like, mate, because it's happened to us. Eddie R says City will never be better than United. Well, here's the chance now. De Bruyne. Oh, it's a good save by Lloris. At last, they've tested him.
Yep.
They haven't really tested him in the second half, have they?
No. Second half, we've been really poor.
Woeful by City.
Really poor.
I think Grealish, maybe not a bit.
Fairly easy for Lloris.
De Bruyne there.
At least we make him make a save.
Standard save, wasn't it? But he dealt.
It's one for the cameras.
Please just put this in the box, Kev. Come on, man. In the box. Don't mess about.
See? Look at Hoiberg coaching. I love that.
In the box.
Keep your hands off.
It's just shit again,
There
innit?
you go.
What
There
is
you go.
that?
All right. Use your little
What is
peanut and
it?
get in front. Go on, son.
Oh, Grealish done well there.
I just don't get it. I don't understand why we just can't deliver a corner into the box like every other team in the world. We have to do some mad thing every time.
Can't see where a goal's coming from for City at the moment.
No. And this is why I was like, what's the point in bringing Kev on? Because I don't want him to get injured. And I just feel like, is he really going to be able to do anything? Well, that's good play by...
Nice.
Cancelo.
Oh, this is better. This is
Torres,
better.
he's pulling it back there, referee. Another corner, which will result in nothing.
YNWA says the Peaky Blinder is quiet. This is what he's just going to get this in it.
It's just shit. I can't deal with these corners. That's 3 in a row now. And they're not even like, oh
David
no,
Ball,
the LB, you're being a little bit harsh. They're trash corners.
That didn't even beat the first man.
They're shocking, mate.
when it's-
They're
that's
actually
when it's really
shockingly bad.
Hey, fans are back in actually making a difference, man.
It makes a difference. It makes a big difference, especially when you're playing, a team like City, and there's no fans there.
Wide.
Those fans can give you that extra.
100%.
That's good play. That's good play. It's it.
Straight at Lloris. Straight at Lloris. Again, a better delivery there, and he's got. I feel here he's got so much time. Although there's no one really.
There's no one really attacking the box, is there?
Hayes is just trying to attack it a little bit, but he had a lot of time there.
Now is the time for composure.
And here's a chance there again for Tottenham.
There we go. Wide.
Oh, they could have found Son there. Bit hesitant on the ball there.
Yeah.
I think it's to take the time now, aren't they? Which is, what you should do. If you 1-0 up against the champions at home, that's, I don't know why he's doing that for. He got
Under 5 minutes to go now. Who's that coming on?
Christian Romero, hey!
Romero, the new signing.
Debut boy, let's see this. Where is he going to play? Who they bring off? Sanchez.
What is he centre back? Yeah.
Yeah, centre back. Unless he switched.
Is this his £50 million guy?
That's that ball, isn't it?
I wouldn't be surprised if Nuno went to a back 3 though.
Nah, come on.
Oh, that was poor there by Højbjerg.
Got to switch the play somehow. That's a good ball. Come on, Jackie Grealish.
Doherty, you've got to get out to him
It's
earlier.
him. Run at him. Run at him. Go on.
Well done, Doc.
Look, you know what I mean?
Good recovery.
I beg a good corner here.
Maxi says it's early days, but City look deflated, especially after the Champions League.
Nah,
It's too early to say that.
Mate, to be fair, we should have been 3-0 up in the first half, so it is what it is. Lack of finishing, £150 million will sort that out. One.
I love how City fans just, they can just say that and it'll
Always a
actually come
chance.
true.
But Lloris got it. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes for Tottenham to see this out for a massive win for them. Mr. Glenn Johnson says you might be able to buy skill, but you can't. What you can't buy is fight and passion. When the going gets tough and you need fight and passion, not skill. Højbjerg here now. He's down.
That was a long super chat, man.
Højbjerg using all his experience here.
Come on.
Saying there's something wrong with his ankle, probably nothing.
Sniggling.
Winding down the clock, which will be a massive win for Nuno on his first game at Tottenham. You want to get the fans on side. And they would have done it without Harry Kane.
Yeah, it softens the blow, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Leave you looking at text from Caldoon like, nope.
The Fraudiola texts are coming in, by the way. Messages are coming in.
Oh, wow.
Shrev says Man City fans should quit moaning. They've got the best players in all positions, bar the centre forward. He's complaining about corners.
Well, I mean, to be fair, why we lost this game is because we don't have a striker. Because we've missed 3 golden opportunities. So, yeah.
I'd say you've had poor finishing, yeah.
Poor finishing, mate. Let's be real. We should have had this game sewn up within the first 35 minutes. But we missed every single opportunity.
The way you set up your midfield today, though, has left you so vacant there.
So
that's where
Romero coming on for Højbjerg.
So yeah, we're going to a back 3, I imagine.
So what would you put?
It's going to be Dyer, Sanchez,
Dyer
Romero.
into the midfield? And this guy at the back?
No, I think it's going to a back 3. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, look.
It's like a back 5.
Let's have it. Batten down the hatches, man.
He's played well today.
Poor
to be
Mora.
honest.
He's played really well, man. Oh!
Grealish.
No way is that Grealish complaining about diving. Please tell me it's not. Tell me that ain't who I think it is.
Mate, what are these Tottenham players doing, mate? You've been fouling our players the whole game, bro. We make 1 foul and look at them.
Listen.
Ross United says, could be controversial, but I see Grealish making City worse. He slows the ball down too much, he needs to move it quicker, and he doesn't make runs.
Again, this is just I just think that's a poor opinion.
Ibro says, Pep is a fraud, people. Pep is a fraud, people will say, oh yeah, they need a striker, so what, Nuno defeating him without Kane? He says, #Fraudiola. 4 minutes actually, 4 minutes added on. I thought it might have been a bit more than that, but 4 minutes added on time, and we're already nearly a minute into it. And Tottenham's still winning 1-0.
Right, that's a foul, come on.
That's a tasty challenge that was.
That's a foul.
There's another foul here on Mora
Listen, take your time, lads.
by Ake. And he's milking it, and this is looking like a big win for Tottenham.
I hope he's alright on there, you know what I mean?
And the Celso it was, he's staying down.
Yeah.
Fuad's chilled.
I'm good, man. I'm cozy. I'm eating sweets.
You said 3-1 at the start of the game.
Well, they could have had 3. They chose not to.
You said 3-1. What did you say? 1-1.
I said 1-0. Yeah.
I said a draw as well. I thought it'd be a draw. I knew that this was going to be a really tough game for City. First game up.
You know what? At the end of the day, right? We should have won this game. Our finishing has been shockingly bad. Like, all right, you can say Fernandinho, the header. That's happened. You know what I mean? It happens.
Could also argue though that Tottenham should have had more goals.
It's good defending.
Credit to Nuno,
Get
man.
rid of it. Get rid of it. Come on. Who's on the line? There's got to be someone there. There's got to be someone. Nice.
Ooh, he got chopped.
No.
Oh, he played on. Just lump it up the front. So we're into the second minute of injury time. Second of 4 minutes. Can City get one back in the last minutes?
See it out.
I mean,
You're not going to do it like that. That's what I'm saying. They're undercooked. So I said they're not up to speed. Look at that.
Poor.
That's terrible. He only just come on the pitch. 10 games in, they're not doing that, are they?
Nah. City are a well-oiled machine, man. Thing is, they've had the chances today as well, so it's not like they're not creating the chances. But that.
Your man in the match today?
Has to be Tanganga, bro. It has to be Tanganga, bro.
To be honest.
I know Son got the goal,
been
mate.
busy. Moore has been good as well.
I think Tanganga was
chance to get second goal here, Tottenham. They're toying,
hit it.
playing around with City now.
Just go corner flag.
This
Corner flag time.
tricky, innit?
That's it.
Well
That's
in,
a foul.
well in. Just run with it.
Right,
run
so
with
this
it.
is probably the last chance.
Oh, referee!
Dele Alli. He didn't
Last
even
chance,
hit him.
I think.
Oh, he's
Good
snapping at
tackle.
everyone's
Good
legs
tackle.
here.
Last 28 seconds of the game.
It's done, innit?
Corner
Again.
flag.
Who did you say then, Tanganga?
Tanganga, I would give it. Yeah.
I like Tanganga, mate.
Yeah, I'll get.
And you know what, as well, on that documentary,
He was excellent.
he come across as a nice guy as well.
Son. No, he's not a nice guy. He's a Tottenham player. But Son also had a brilliant game, and it was a great goal.
Moore are busy as well. Massive on the counters today.
What did them flags say, Fawad? Is it thanks for the memories, Harry Kane? Oh no. So I'm trying my best here just to make myself smile.
Maxi14 says, I'm happy because City lost, and for United, my father's upset because Tottenham won and he's an Arsenal fan.
We are the champions.
So looks like a bad injury to Gundogan. I mean, he wouldn't go down in his own time now, would he? He's off the pitch.
He's off the pitch, man. Go get the medic bag and sort him out over there. Play the game on.
I mean, honestly, I know it's a City player, but that proper annoys me as well. You know, when the players are like off the pitch, just get on with it, you know what I mean? Look at them.
Look at
the
Flags are waving. They won the league. Tottenham.
Hey, DVD's out this Christmas, lads.
Tottenham's year.
Jordan Walker says Pep needs more cash.
Oh, of course he does.
And Guy Turno says Tanganga stopped Grealish easily today.
Baby food.
That's it.
Baby food.
That is it. That's it. 1-0. It has finished to Tottenham. Tottenham have beaten. Nuno has beaten Pep again. He's got a decent record against Pep Guardiola. 1-0 to Tottenham. That's quite a damaging defeat for Man City. When you see that Man United won yesterday, Chelsea won. I know it's only the first game, but you know.
You know what? It could be a blessing in disguise because I said this before, but if there was any doubt in the board's mind that we need a striker and they need to be, that has just eliminated all doubt because.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to come to that. We're going to get over to Dave to get some stats on the game. First of all, just this super chat here from Mr. Glenn Donson. He says, Big Don, could you exchange this pound notes for the City fan to wipe his tears? Right? Time for Pep to ask for more sponsor money. That's the answer. They're going at you hard. Let's go to Skegness Dave and find out, Dave, the overall stats for the game.
Yeah, well, pretty much across the match. I mean, from the early bits of the match, from Man City were complete control, but second half, Tottenham did develop themselves into the game a lot. You saw a lot of the counter-attacks, actually. If I'm looking at the heat map here, Bergwijn initiated a lot of the counter-attacks, especially leading towards the goal when Son obviously fired it bottom left corner. And yeah, possession-wise, pretty much the same. Obviously, I have to stand corrected on the first half. Man City, first 50 minutes had 79%, then at the end of the half it was 68%, and ended on 66%. So a bit more frantic in terms of the passing from Man City. Total shots, Man City 18 to 13 for Tottenham. On target 4 to Man City and 2 to Tottenham. Tottenham only had 2 on target throughout the whole game, but one of them obviously was from Son and proved deadly for Tottenham. And across the game, it was really just Man City in control of the ball mostly, but Tottenham proving very lethal on the counter-attack, especially working it around Moura, Son and Bergwijn. Very good performance from Tottenham and ending 1-0. If I can go and round up, obviously, the rest of the Premier League games from the weekend, and we can actually see who's on top at the end of this weekend. So Leicester City 1, Wolves 0, Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0, Watford 3, Aston Villa 2, Norwich City 0, Liverpool 3 from obviously yesterday's game. Then we had Newcastle 2, West Ham 4, Tottenham 1, Man City 0, Man United leads 5-1 to Man United there. And of course the last game, which finished off on Friday, and Robbie's not going to like this, Brentford 2, Arsenal 0. And on top of the table, Man United first, Chelsea, Liverpool, and then followed by West Ham in 4th. So that's pretty much the weekend rounded up of the Premier League. So back to you, Robbie, after that Brentford loss.
It's been a horrible weekend, man. Jesus Christ.
Shocking, hasn't it?
What a weekend.
What a horrible weekend.
Arsenal are 17th though, Robbie.
This weekend, right, I don't know if it could have got any worse. We lose on Friday. Then Man United win comfortably. Then Chelsea win. Then these lot go and beat, I mean, fucking hell. I mean,
Sensational.
It's been terrible. It's been terrible. What a horrible weekend. Maxi says, don't call Tottenham won the league. Fuad, have your moment, man.
Bro,
Big win.
listen, I weren't expecting it. I'm just glad we've got it. It's a perfect way to start the
Deserve
season.
it?
I would say so. I think
I
after
think you
City,
did. I think you did.
after City missing their chances early, I think second half we grew in the game. We defended very well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought throughout the game we defended almost for our lives. If that's to Nuno's tactics and Nuno's doing, honestly, first game I'm impressed with what he's put in place so far, and it's a good building block, man. It's always, we haven't always started seasons the best. I remember last season we lost to Everton the opening game of the season, and that kind of kicked us on in the transfer window to sign some players. I hope now the board look at this and like, do you know what? Let's still get some more pieces in. got a pitch invader there, but yeah. Good day, man. As you can tell, fans are back in.
Yeah, I mean, it
massive.
makes a big difference to have those
Massive.
fans back in, doesn't it? And that guy that they're clapping off there, Son, you know, everybody, all the talks about Harry Kane and everything like that, but he's such a good player, and he's going to be huge for you, isn't he?
Massive.
You know, if Kane does go, you know, and you still got him, you still.
That's why he signed the contract. You know what I mean? In moments like this where he can step up, and I think against City, he's always had a good record. I think last 6 games, I think he's got maybe 4 or 5 goals. So again, comes up big today. I think the front 3, to be honest, I've got to give him more credit. As Skegness Dave was saying, Bergwijn's starting all the moves, more busy today as well. Like, credit to him, man. You got to give credit where it's due. And this Spurs team coming in this season or even into this game gave him no hope. So.
Right, Lewis,
Yeah.
we get to you, mate. You know, quite a damaging defeat. I know it's only the first game, but does this show, is this proof that you need a striker? The false number 9 thing that you did last year, it worked. You won you ended up winning the league last year, but Aguero's gone now. I know he didn't figure a lot, but Aguero's gone. Jesus came on, you saw that he didn't have any impact at all when he came on.
No.
You need a striker.
Yeah.
Do you think that the fact that you losing that game today means that you are going to go out now and go all in to try and get Harry Kane?
I think it needs to happen, doesn't it? You know what I mean? The fact is, I genuinely think this, right? If we would have had Harry Kane in that team today, I think we win that game. I think we win that game. And that's not taking away nothing from Tottenham. Tottenham had their game plan and they executed it well. But at the end of the day, we did create them chances in the first half. And I just think if Harry Kane's somewhere in that box sniffing around, I reckon we win the game. And I just, you know, you can say what you want about the league last year. I do think that this year, if we don't sign Harry Kane, I think we, you know, can we still win it?
Because, you know, it's like Fuad was pointing out earlier, right? You know, Chelsea have now got Lukaku. He's going to guarantee them at least 20 goals.
Yeah.
Right? Man United, right, they've already got good strikers, and now they've got it's sort of a slightly different, but by bringing in Sancho, he can feed those strikers that they've got, right? In Cavani, Rashford, Martial. Yeah, I mean, they got loads of strikers there, right? You know, you need a striker.
Yeah.
You must get a striker in, and there doesn't seem to be any other obvious target. Maybe a Haaland, but he doesn't look like he's going anywhere.
That's not happening, is it?
This year, you know, Liverpool, as we know, Salah, he was off the mark. I mean, they're all off the mark as well, all these strikers.
Look, I'd say this as well.
You've got to get Harry Kane.
We've got to get Harry
It's
Kane.
actually, you know, I mean, we say it's like a double-edged sword in that now it means you're going to go all out to get him. But also, Daniel Levy could be looking at it and say, well, hold on, now I know that you're all out and you desperately need him. Like Fuad says, maybe I'll put a 160 on it. Come get him for that.
Dinero.
I think it gets to the point, you know, Harry Kane wasn't involved at all today. He wasn't even in the match day squad, not on the bus, whatever. And you know, this deal gets done. You know, I'm 100% sure that this deal gets done.
100% sure?
I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure this deal gets done.
Why are you laughing?
The fact that you can guarantee it.
No, I genuinely think it, because after that game, I think that, and what we've seen last season, there was similar times, we need a striker. We will not win the Premier League this year, in my opinion, if we don't buy a striker. And the only person that's available right now is Harry Kane. Harry Kane wants out. He's already told Gary Neville that he wants out. We need a striker. And you know what I mean? We just need to... Yeah, all right, 150 million, it's a lot of money, but, you know, we'll have him for the next 6 years or whatever, 7 years. I think just do it. Bite the bullet. I genuinely think that if we don't get a striker, I don't think we will win this league at this moment in time.
I don't know, mid-pandemic, you know 150
before the game
mil,
as well, this isn't reactionary as well, because before the game I said 1-1 draw. You know what I mean? And if I'm saying a 1-1 draw for my own team, you kind of know that this guy ain't confident. Why am I not confident? Why? Because I don't have a striker. When Robbie was saying, oh, is it time for Kevin? Is it time for De Bruyne, LB? I'm like, what's the point? Because there's no point in putting him on. What did Kev do? You know what I mean? Put in some corners. Didn't create anything because no one's in there. We have to get Harry Kane.
What annoys me about City as well, though, is you lot have Jesus, and he's come on. He's a recognised striker, and you're not playing him as a striker. And I'm sorry, but this is the same Jesus that when he initially came in, Pep was almost selling him this dream as if he's going to be the guy who pushes Aguero out. And multiple times throughout the years, he's tried to push Aguero to the side to give Jesus the minutes. And now all of a sudden, it's like, Jesus isn't even in contention. Without Kane, we're drowning.
Let me tell you, bro, Jesus ain't it. He's not the answer to this question. Like, seriously, for the Champions League final against Chelsea, I'd rather have Torres started as a striker, mate. It's Jesus, and it tells you a lot that he come on today, replacing Sterling. The only reason Sterling come off is because he's played no minutes, and Jesus has gone on the wing. He's just not an out-and-out striker. We need someone who can just put the ball in the back of the net, and Harry Kane guarantees you that he will do that, mate. And with Grealish and Kevin De Bruyne behind him, he will get 20 plus goals like Lukaku will, and if that happens, we will win the league. That's my view on it. But without it, in these type of games against Tottenham, United, we will struggle.
Do you think, right, that after wherever Harry Kane was today, if he watched the game, but you would hope he watched it, right? But do you think that maybe he might look on it and say, well, hold on, the stadium, full stadium, you know, we ain't really had that, you know what I mean? And it's a brand new stadium, full stadium, Son's still firing, got a couple of signings in. You know what? Maybe I'll go to the chairman and say, make a couple of signings then. Show me some ambition and I'll stay.
Not
Do you reckon he may...
Not even I'll stay, but I'll stay till next summer. Just at least, because even the way he signed out last year, I don't think he would have wanted to sign out like that. Barely any fans back in the stadium clapping him out, maybe 5,000, whatever it was. You've got a full season back in. As you said, we've got a sporting director in now as well to make those key signings. Next summer, if Kane does go, you can use that money to finish off your squad. But for me, I don't see any benefit in Spurs selling Kane this summer. It's only a benefit for City. For us, we're still in a position of strength because of the 3 years on his deal. He's the one.
Although, as I said right at the start of the show today, you do also have to factor in the fact that if you do keep an unhappy player that wants to go, that can be damaging as well. And then come, as I said, come January, you get all those rumours flooding through again. You know what I mean? Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Oh, he could go.
Similarly, like I said, it was in January. I don't think there's major moves like that happen. So the rumours might start up again.
Not with normal teams, but with City with 150 million quid burning a hole in their pocket, it could happen.
I'm telling you, after today, I don't think Levy might even... That 150 fee is just climbing up and up and up.
So you think he might keep him after today?
I think he might force him to stay for another year. That's how I see it. You signed a contract, you're here for another 3 years, if I choose to. If Levy truly
what happened
wants
to the handshake?
Handshake. I'm sorry, but you are very naive if you're a grown man who is signing contracts without things being said in black and white. That he should have had a clause in there that said, if you're not in the Champions League for 2 years, my clause becomes 100 mil or whatever it is. Put that in black and white. If you don't, and you just go off a gentleman's agreement or, oh yeah, we're mates. No one does business like that. So why would you play with your own...
Especially if it's a Tottenham person.
Exactly.
Can't trust you, can you? Can't trust you, can you? You know what I mean? There's no trusting in you lot, that's for sure. So you heard him, he's saying that he thinks he's going to stay. You think he's going to go?
I think this just makes it all the more likely to happen.
So 100% you're sure he's going to sign?
I think the deal will be done.
And you think there's, you're not saying 100%, but you think there's some doubt. You think he could be forced to stay?
Yes.
So, I want to hear from everybody out there. What do you think? Is Harry Kane going or is Harry Kane staying at Spurs? Because, you're hearing these are the fans of the club. These are the fans of the two clubs involved, and you're hearing it from both sides, and it's very intriguing to hear it, and it's going to be very intriguing to see where he does end up. But listen, guys, I want to thank you both for coming on today. I think it's been really, as I said, really intriguing to have you both on. It ain't been a great day for me to see bloody Tottenham winning in a full stadium, waving all their bloody flags and that. But listen, I'm not gonna be salty about it. I think Spurs deserve to win the game. I really do. I think City in the first half, they created a load of chances, but they looked undercooked to me. They didn't look sharp in that, and they looked very tired in that second half as well.
Second half, we were poor. I think if this makes sense, I think we should have won the game. City should have won the game because we had the chances to win the game, but Tottenham deserved to win the game.
They deserved to win it, and they could have. Remember, let's not forget as well, they could have a second goal.
They could have.
Bergman was through as well.
Big chance.
So, anyway, listen, thank you both for coming on. Fuad, where can they find you again?
Fuad Cadani on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and then Stoppage Time TV as well.
Stoppage Time TV, which is, big up those guys who do that Stoppage Time TV as well. I like that.
Appreciate it, man.
They do a great job, man. Right, so big up those guys as well.
Appreciate you.
And City Extra.
Yeah, man. City Extra, all socials. We're on YouTube, streaming City games and doing all City content. So yeah, any socials, City Extra, we're there.
Yeah, check out Lewis and the City Extra guys doing a great job on the Man City front. I want to thank all you guys. Thank you for loving the new set that we've got. We're going to be covering Premier League games every single weekend. So make sure you keep it locked here on the Don Robbie channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Right, and like this video as well. Bigging up to Skegness Dave, who was breaking down all the stats and everything at half-time and at full-time. Thank you very much for that, Dave. To Jason and all the guys. But yeah, it's been a long weekend, man. Arsenal losing Friday, Chelsea winning, Man United winning, Liverpool winning, Tottenham winning. I'm going to have a sleep, man. See you guys next week.